Appreciate you guys for tuning in once again. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss another upload. And don't forget to subscribe to the Gas Money Podcast. Also, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at gas.money.podcast. AG, take it away.
Welcome to another installment of Gas Money. We got Chubbz finally in the building.
And to the right of me, we have Toon in the building.
Hola. We got Cassius to the right of me in the building.
We're going full governments today. And to the far left of me, we got...
Don't play with me.
we got AG in the building.
That's a much better intro. I did say I was going to go on strike and just introduce myself, but no. I appreciate your intro. I appreciate you. Does anybody have a story they want to tell? Does anybody have an interesting weekend? Does anybody have anything positive to say?
Nigga, it's right now. I hope it don't flood.
That was your weekend analysis?
Yep.
So,
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
I was gonna say May the 4th be with you to all my Star Wars friends out there.
Oh shit, I gotta play Fortnite later.
And I don't know if you guys are into Star Wars or anybody.
No, you say 4th. You mean Force? Or you said that on purpose?
No, May the 4th. It's May the 4th.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars holiday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you thought I was like drunk? Slurring? Nah, May the 4th be with you, nerd shit. But I think movies is a very good place to start this week, if y'all don't have anything cool to say.
Nope.
All right. So, I did it. I went to go see Sinners. Cash, you also saw Sinners.
Absolutely.
We're the only two people in the room that have seen this movie.
We're the only two black men in this room.
Allegedly.
What the fuck?
Nah, when you watch the movie, you'll understand.
I'm watching it later today.
So when you watch the movie, you'll understand.
Okay.
Allegedly.
The fuck?
Y'all niggas over here stealing shit.
Stealing?
What you mean?
You rob banks. You rob this, but you ain't gonna rob this.
Nobody robbed a bank in that movie.
Robbed us what?
You ain't hear? You don't remember when she said that line?
No, but nobody robbed a bank in the movie.
When she said that.
And nobody stole no pussy either.
But that's what I'm saying. She said that.
Who's she?
Now, I don't know that woman.
Nigga, you didn't watch the movie.
I
Shut
know,
up.
but I saw the clip.
Oh, you in this clip shit. Yeah, TikTok really.
You gonna let me in?
Yeah. Whoa, what? Yo, what's up?
Cornbread don't say that.
Yo, what's up with this nigga?
Cornbread don't say that.
Ain't no nigga in the movie named Cornbread.
The big nigga.
There's not a person named
What
Cornbread.
movie are you talking about?
Sinners?
Yes.
I think you think about life.
No. Sinners with So what's the fat dude's name?
Ain't no fat nigga in the movie.
Nah, his name is Cornbread.
Yeah. Shout out 48 this nigga. But can we talk about the movie, please? Like, is that possible? Can we do that today?
Well,
So
these two niggas taking the backseat anyways.
yeah. So we're spoiler alert.
Nigga been in here.
How many skips should we give him? How many times I gotta hit the skip to Mr. Spoiler?
Damn, I say about like 7 minutes.
All right, so you gotta hit skip at least 14 times to get through this whole thing. All right. Let you go first. You saw it first.
So, one thing I wondered about this movie is when other cultures like see this movie, how they would perceive or what effect it would take on them. Because I have a friend that's Asian, and I know he went to see the movie the day it came out, and I was just thinking when I seen it, I was like, he can't relate to none of this shit. Like, he could appreciate how good the movie is from a directorial standpoint and how good it was written and how good the acting was. But as far as like, for example, one of the scenes that was very impactful to a lot of black people was when, I forgot the guy's name, but the old man that they took in the car with him, and he was telling a story about how he got a lot of money and his boy got a lot of money. His boy tried to move out of town, and basically white people just fucking lynched him and cut his dick off,
manhood off,
put it in his mouth. And to somebody just listening to that, one, they might just think that's some made up shit, or they were like, damn, that's crazy. But my grandfather is from the South, and he grew up in those times, like Jim Crow era, and he knows people that have gotten their dick cut off and put in their mouth and shit like that. So to me, that was just like I'm looking at my girl, I'm like, yo, that's like real shit, like, because my girl's like Caribbean, so she not really too familiar with Southern culture of America.
Can I just interject? I'm not gonna,
go ahead.
So I watched the movie with my girl who's Dominican, my homegirl who's Asian, and one of my homeboys was Pakistani. So I literally got to experience what like you're kind of saying, like how did people react to these things. The cool part though is that Asians had a lot of representation in the movie.
Yeah.
With their thing, but you can continue.
So I'll just go with my overall take on the movie.
Of course.
And then we'll get into it. But man, we need more than 7 minutes.
Skip.
So honestly, I'm going on record on here saying that I'm not the biggest fan of Michael B. Jordan, his acting ability, but this movie definitely put him in a way better light to me. Like, he did a very good job, even though his accent was subpar, but him being able to portray the good twin and the evil twin and being a stern versus a jokey person, and even like the relationships that they had with the women, with their own respective woman, it showed like a big, like, to be able to do that and play the same person but the different person at the same time, and showing that in reality towards the end of the movie that they're two sides of the same coin. I think Michael B. Jordan did an excellent acting job.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why you say good twin and evil twin?
Well, that's why I'm saying the two sides of the same coin. Because they are the same nigga, but they're just two different personalities of the same nigga. Like, one twin is like the mean one. One thing I've seen is that he only smiles one time, and the only time, I'll be spoiled anyway. The only time he smiles was at the very end when he dies and he gets to hold his dead child. That was the only time he smiled through the whole movie, versus his twin, which is the same type of nigga as him, but he's just like come on, it ain't that serious. But he's still with the shits like that. But he just go. It's like good cop, bad cop. Basically.
Okay, so I do agree with your point. Michael B. Jordan, to me, has been getting by on his looks. Yeah, he's not a great actor to me.
He's on a short list. I forgot all the names on my list, but Davies and Michael B. Jordan are two niggas that aren't as high as they, like, talent wise. They're not where they are ranked as notoriety speaking, because Davies, he's a pretty good rapper, but the only reason he was as famous as he was is because he's like known as like a good looking man. Michael B. Jordan, he's not that good of an actor, me personally, but he's a good looking man, so he has a star quality, and that's why he became such a big star.
Your point is spot on. The only thing, because I'm a hip hop head, the only reason I disagree with you is because I think Davies has the talent for rapping, but he can't make a song to save his life. That's the only nitpick, but you are still spot on in your assessment. Okay, so I agree with you with Michael B. Jordan's acting. To me, like you said, he's been a subpar actor. He's been carried by either the script or, like, you know, everybody loves him as Killmonger, but when you really look at that movie, he says some of the corniest shits in that, like, in the Hey Auntie thing. You could blame that on the script, but I feel like a better actor would have been he could have flipped that a little bit better. But this movie, he's the Will Smith to me of this generation. He can't act as good as Will Smith, but he's box office. But this movie, he put on an acting clinic with the two brothers, Smoke and Stack. Now, the evil twin, the good twin, who is the evil twin to you? Because there's two ways to answer that question.
Yeah, it ends up being Stack being the evil twin.
Yeah, that's one way to interpret it.
It started out as Smoke being the evil twin because he was just about business. He's not easygoing at all. Anything is like, even when when they was paying with the slave money instead of real money, he wasn't going. He was like, I'm not fucking with this shit. Y'all niggas lost their mind. It was like, yo, we need people to come back, and people coming back is gonna just bring as much business as we needed. Like, nigga, we losing money. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit you talking about.
Yeah. So for me, I looked at Stack as the evil twin when I watched it, because to me, he was a pimp. They was really subtle with how they put. He was a pimp. He was fucking on a white girl.
She was octoroon.
She was octoroon. He was fucking Pog. Yeah, what up?
Fucking with the white girl is wrong.
In Jim Crow, Mississippi, you know why it's wrong? Because if he gets caught, his whole family's dead. So to me, that he's an enemy of his people,
and that was subtly said in the movie because she approached him in the train station, and he was like, "Get the fuck away from me! I don't know you."
Back the fuck up! Like, he had to tell the little man with him, like, "Don't even look at her," because he gets the whistling, the blues shit, and she's walking around. It's Emmett Till all over again. So I would say he was the evil twin to me, and I think Smoke was actually a lot softer because he had PTSD from the war. Yeah, like if you paid attention to the character, that nigga couldn't, like, at the end of the movie, he couldn't roll his own shit. Like, he couldn't do it the whole movie. Obviously, his brother had to do it for him because he had PTSD from the war. I think that persona of the tough guy was a defense mechanism. And with his woman, he was He was soft.
Yeah.
He was very soft.
And he had a big
And he had
old woman.
a big woman
He had a
too.
big
Shout out to
old-
BBWs out there. He had a big woman. So just to speak about the twin dynamic, I definitely agree with you with the Michael B. Jordan and the actor performance. But let me ask you this question: was Michael B. Jordan the best actor in that movie to you, performance-wise? Because I think my answer might shock you. Who's the best?
The best actor in that movie, honestly, I think the whole cast was.
Oh, it's hard. It was hard to pick.
Because a lot of people say Sammy.
What you said? Nah, what you said?
I asked him.
Can you speak?
I asked him if somebody gives a fuck about this.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
I mean, you're going to see the movie
You're
today.
literally about to
so-
spend your hard-earned money to watch it.
Okay.
So you give a fuck.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm not
on
paying.
a date.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I know. You could have picked anything to say. You could have saw
not-
Thunderbolts.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, but so you give a fuck.
What? I actually only going to see this because everybody's talking about it.
So you give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. Not really.
So niggas made you give a fuck. So you like a sheep in a herd.
Hey. Well, how the fuck niggas was happy when Rod Wave played at the end? Tell me that.
You didn't know. What are you talking about? Anyway, let's get back to our discussion.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
You're
to know.
going to figure it out tonight. Don't worry.
Hey, why the fuck was everybody happy that Rod Wave song played?
But I think Cash is right, though. It's certain niggas that if you don't get this movie, you're not black. And I know you're not going to get
So
that.
let me ask you a question. Because from the shit I've seen,
Which is nothing.
This is a vampire movie, a slave movie, and a war movie all in one.
This movie has nothing to do with slavery.
There's no slaves in this movie.
This movie
There's
has-
no war in this movie.
Yeah.
Y'all just said somebody got PTSD from war.
Yeah, but that didn't happen in the movie.
Okay.
You got to watch the movie to understand.
And y'all said niggas is paying with slave money.
Yeah, that doesn't make
How's
you a
it no-
slave.
how's it no
It was
slave?
actually plantation money is what he said.
Okay.
So again, I think before you talk,
I'm just asking questions.
nah, I'm answering it, but I'm going to tell you something before you talk. You should go watch the movie because I can't wait for you to come back next week if you do show up and tell us how you interpreted the movie. And I promise you that the fans that you love to talk to, they gonna bomb on you. You're gonna go viral. You're gonna go
I
viral.
think he's gonna come back here and influence. He's gonna be
Yeah.
he's gonna be
Honestly,
like,
I'd rather not have had this conversation and let him go see it and then come back and tell us what he thinks.
I think that's gonna happen still.
Nah, it's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah, I think that's gonna happen still.
Yeah, bro. I just didn't want to wait another week for this masterpiece. But so who would you say was the best acting performance?
I think the old black man.
Okay. I don't remember his name off top.
Yeah,
but
I don't remember his name.
okay, that's a very
Delta Slim.
yeah, that was a very good selection. But mine was the vampire.
Oh yeah. Oh my
First
god.
of all, let me go.
Yo, you know he has another movie coming out too, right?
No, I don't know
It's 28 days later. He has 28 years
he's in
later.
it.
Yeah, he's like the main character.
So this dude, right? He's from this show called Skins.
Yeah.
It's Skins UK. Fire. And he was my favorite character in Skins UK. And his acting performance as this Irish vampire is chef's kiss.
Nah, he's elite. That was a 10 out of 10 performance.
That nigga went crazy. And the fire part from his, like how he enters the movie, he literally, like, there's like so many allegories to the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a whole nother thing we're gonna talk about. We can get to that. But from his opening scene as a victim, like you meet him and he's like a victim. The nigga's fucked up. He's getting chased by Cash's people, and and he gets into a home and.
But you're missing the biggest part. He falls from the sky.
That's the
He's like a fallen angel.
Yeah, the fallen angel. And that's the biblical.
And then also, this is skipping forward to the biblical part, but Sammy was calling out for somebody to hold him, and then when he seen him first, he was like, "You're the devil," and that's another thing. He's falling from the sky. He's a fallen angel, like the devil.
That's what the devil
and they
is.
didn't call him a vampire or anything.
No.
He's like, "No, you're the devil."
Yeah.
And the devil is the same thing that Sammy's father told him. I don't want you to play music. That's the devil's music.
Yep.
So basically they make a club, and Sammy's playing the club his own song, his own original song that he wrote about his father. And he was saying, "Dad, I know you told me to love the Bible on this Mississippi road, but I've got to tell you, I've been lying to you, and I love the blues."
The blues, baby.
And his dad was calling that the devil's music, and that's
what
was playing
attracted
out loud, and that attracted the devil to him. And then when he seen him, he was like, "Yo, you're the devil that my dad was talking about." Like that shit was fire.
So, what do you rank the movie?
Oh, I put it as a 9 out of 10.
Why not a 10?
Because there was two things that I didn't like. Really?
The fat woman being a sexual.
No.
You didn't like that.
That had nothing to do with it. That had nothing to do with it. They made mistakes in the movie. They made one glaring mistake in the movie. I would give it like a 9.5, but I give it a 9 just because I only watched it one time, so I gotta do more analysis. But I didn't really like, and this was a big directorial risk that he took, was that scene when Sammy's playing the music and it
goes to the errors.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Like, I felt like that took the immersion away. Like, I understand how deep it was and how the meaning it had, but as far as like the movie standpoint and not making like a statement piece, it kind of broke the immersion. It broke the immersion for me a lot. In that moment.
Now I have a beef with you and Jack, because when I told you I was gonna watch the movie, I was gonna watch it in IMAX the way that Kugler suggested to watch it. He's like, hey, that's not gonna make a difference.
Yeah.
Watch it in IMAX.
No, it's too late now.
No, it's coming back.
Oh, okay.
It's just doing too well. It's coming back. Watch it in IMAX and watch that scene again. I think there's a couple of scenes that you had to have experienced it in IMAX. One for me personally was that scene, because I understand exactly what you were saying. I was like, yo, when I saw the scene, I was like, yo, people are going to take this one of two ways. It's going to be immersion breaking, or it's going to be the greatest visual display. It's funny too. It's actually kind of comedy because it shows you how the blues led to twerking eventually. So it's pretty dope. But it shows, you're not talking on the mic so nobody can hear you. So it shows that how the blues is the foundation for American music. And the blues comes from, slavery hymns, and how without the blues there's no hip hop, there's no jazz. There's no, it's the foundation for music in America, at least. So I would say watch it in IMAX and then see how you feel about just the cinematography of it. But I do agree with you.
That I understood that whole thing, and I understood it was a good moment to have in the movie. And as Ryan Coogler being like a historic Black director, having something like that in one of his movies is very important. But just for me, just watching a movie, it just didn't.
It took you out the movie for that split second, and you can't give it a perfect 10 for that. Yeah. Me personally, I'm gonna give the movie a 10. Now, the reason why I'm gonna give it a 10. Have you seen From Dusk Till Dawn?
Yeah. Yeah, they said this was like the Black version.
It's the Black version of From Dusk Till Dawn, but it's not campy. Dusk Till Dawn is a campy ass movie. Exploding dicks, fucking drinking liquor off of it is Salma Hayek. Off of Salma Hayek's foot. Anything that involves, Tarantino is gonna have a little bit of camp. Yeah. But you can watch this movie as a musical. You can watch it as a historical piece. You could watch it as a vampire movie. Like, we're not even really talking about the horror elements of it. And you can actually watch it as a social commentary on what would I want to say? Assimilation. Yeah. You're choosing assimilation over your culture. And one brother chose, well, did he really have a choice? No. One brother got assimilated, the other brother didn't. And it just goes to show that when you assimilate into white culture, because the same thing happened to the Irish nigga. Yeah. He lost his Irish culture by becoming a vampire. Vampire is, they used it as a metaphor in the movie for assimilating into white culture. Yeah. And once he became that, he lost his Irishness, even though he was doing the jig. The scariest part of the movie, well, to me, the two scariest part of the movie was when he turns shorty, when he flies. Yeah. That shit was, the whole theater, like, gasp. Like, just watching the visual, like the special effects is dope. And then when they outside doing the jig, the Irish jig, that was fire. That shit was terrifying.
But another part that people was scary when he was doing the prayer, like the King's prayer. Shit was, he was like, "From Kingdom Come, the will be done." And then because that's supposed to like burn the vampire, and the nigga was like, and then he started saying it with him.
He finished it.
That shit was fire.
Yeah, he finished it and that was just another example of, nigga, they took my culture and gave me this religion. Yeah. And I'm white. Because I remember how we was having a talk on the podcast many moons ago about how Irish people weren't always white. I literally seen a book in Langston Hughes Library. You know where that's at, right? Yeah. Langston Hughes Library on display, Irish, the niggers of Europe. I literally seen that book, and I had to read it because I was like, I'm a young dude. I'm like, what the fuck? How can white people be? Yeah, but they were, you know what they say, that the Jamaican accent
It's from the Irish
It's
accent.
from the Irish
Yeah,
accent.
I believe that though, because
You know.
it was African slaves trying to learn how to speak English.
Yeah. And who's gonna teach them?
Yeah,
The people that who were
it was
just
other
slaves. Yeah.
the Irish slave. That's why there's a movie. I forgot what the name of the movie is, but it has like Brad Pitt and he has a Jamaican accent.
Oh,
and
that
they
nigga-
sound like an evil leprechaun. And
Yeah.
that's what made me Google it, and that's what I was like, oh wow.
And I don't think he chose an Irish vampire just by happenstance. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, no.
Ryan Coogler
And
is tapped in. He's locked in with the culture.
Ryan Coogler, and I watched the video after, and this is like so crazy. I don't know if Ryan Coogler even knows this, but so Dracula is supposed to be like the first vampire, but aside from that, because back then they didn't have the internet,
Yeah.
there's an Irish vampire that is supposed to be the first
Who,
vampire.
Vlad the Impaler?
No, Vlad the Impaler was a whole
It
separate
was
thing.
after. Okay.
Like it was before probably, but the stories didn't.
No,
didn't go
they don't. Yeah.
There was a vampire in Ireland that was like known as the first vampire, and it's an Irish it's Irish folklore.
Okay.
And like that, him being a vampire from there without having the English thing, yeah, shit.
That's just, it's hard. It's hard
Yeah.
body.
And but the scene that they made a mistake. This was immersion breaking too. There's a scene when basically there's an Asian lady and her husband gets infected, like he becomes a vampire, and he's like, yo, like come blah blah blah, and all she wants to do is take revenge and be able to put her husband out of her misery. So she yells, "Oh yeah, motherfuckers, come in!" Blah blah blah.
Because vampires can't enter a place
Yeah.
without you have to invite them.
Yeah.
Very important part of the movie, by the way.
So they all come in, and I made a story about this on my Instagram. I was like, yo, niggas was dying that never died before. Like, there was only 6 characters in the scene. Then they have this big brawl, and like 20 niggas died.
Yeah. Okay.
That shit was like, I was like, yo, I'm looking around like, what the fuck is going on right
So
now?
they needed more people
Yeah.
in the
Yeah, because it would have
shop.
made sense for all the main characters to die,
Yeah.
but they need somebody to die because
They
they
need
can't
fodder.
just all...
You need fodder. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Okay, I think that's fair. But I'm gonna still keep my 10 score if you don't mind, brother.
Okay, that's fine.
So, just final thoughts, and this is like an internal beef that I have with myself. Ryan Coogler versus Jordan Peele. Is this movie better than Get Out?
You think Get Out's a 10?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yo, Get Out.
Nah, Get Out. I didn't get to see the movie theater.
I didn't see the movie theaters either.
I saw Get Out in the movie theaters. I didn't see Sinners, but
Yo,
I obviously I really can't give a real opinion. But as far as like if I was to bring in hype and how I felt about Get Out when I first watched it, I think that would be really, really hard for Sinners to do to top. So if you believe that it is better, that would make me even more.
I'm stuck. I don't know. That's why I'm asking my contemporary here.
You was hype when Get Out came out?
Yeah.
I'm actually on Chubb's side of that because I didn't think Get Out had the hype on the release. I think it was the
I don't really anticipate movies. I'm not.
No, I get what you're saying. Like Sinners to me, from day one to today, it's been all hype. I think when Get Out first came out, and then it just became this cultural phenomenon. Like people still mention, I think Get Out changed the genre.
Yeah, Get Out changed
Movies,
just culture in general.
Culture,
because
yeah.
like
We was about
like
to say
why-
hip hop. That's fine.
Yeah, but like my aunt will see like my cousin with a white girlfriend, and
Yeah.
then she'll say like something about Get Out.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's no movies that have really done
No,
some shit
movies.
like that.
It's tough for a movie to become part of the culture, and that's where I don't. Sinners it needs its time, obviously.
Yeah.
But for those two directors, I always put them against it because they black. Obviously, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
It's fucking Michael Jordan, fucking LeBron James shit all over again. But I think they're both dope. But to me, this is Ryan Coogler's Get Out. I think this is his. He don't have Disney. He don't have. He's not leaning on just Michael B. Jordan. Because Michael B. Jordan, to me, he played in a very important character. But the most important character was the Preacher Boy.
Yeah, Sammy. And
Sammy.
and that was his first ever role, period.
Bodied it.
And he is ill. He had the accent on point. He's a New York nigga too.
Oh, shout out to Tim.
That nigga,
That's a
his
Southern nigga to me.
accent is on point. Because you would think that he's from Mississippi, from his
Yeah,
accent.
it's like how good Jerome is in Snowfall. He's a Cali, he's stuck in that character.
Yeah, he definitely is. He's 100% stuck in that character.
Yeah.
Funny, we speaking about time changing movies that niggas have seen just now, and the movie I'm about to reference him being in, that shit can't even touch it. But the scissor.
Oh no, I watched it. That nigga's still the same character.
Same nigga.
He's Jerome.
He's definitely Jerome. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's
so,
funny you say. He's definitely evil Jerome.
That's how good this young man is. The fact that he's from a nigga from North, I can't believe it. That nigga's a Mississippi Southern Baptist black nigga.
That's
if I ever
crazy.
seen one.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but one more thing I want to touch on before we move on, and Chubbz could wake up.
No, I just really hope that this movie is better than the way y'all explain it.
No, I hope that you come.
If the movie is how y'all explain it, I'm gonna be bored of false.
No, I know, because you're not black.
Like,
So
Don't want to learn nothing.
yeah,
This shit
ancestors.
sound
Remember the
boring as
ancestors
fuck.
shit he was on? No, it's anything but boring. And actually, I wish the movie it's like 2 hour runtime, right?
No, two and a half hours.
2.5, and it feels like it's an hour 30.
Jesus
It
Christ.
feels like an hour 30. There's no
Do you
lag.
feel like it's 2 movies in one?
No.
Somebody
No.
said that.
It's
It just
perfect.
takes too long.
Nope.
To get to a certain point.
I was tight when the movie ended, and it ends with hip hop tune. Coogee sweater. Yeah.
Broadway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you gotta stay to the credits.
Yeah, you got. There's 2 credits.
Yeah, it's 2 after credit. Well, it's two.
What they call it? A mid credit and then
Yeah, it's a
after
mid credit and an after credit.
Yeah. So the last thing I wanted to talk on, and you can take it away and take it as far as you want. A lot of the Christian secular people are against this movie in particular because, and I understand where they're coming from. The movie, the preacher boy character, he starts off with his pops basically telling him, "This is the devil's music," and then at the end of the movie, he tries to return home. He comes to church that morning. He literally walks in with a busted guitar, and he has the devil's claw on his face, like a scar that he's gonna have for the rest of his life. Shout out Scar Gang, you feel me? And his dad is like, come here, come to church. Like, let's pray about this. Let's do the sermon about this. And he leaves. He doesn't stay with the church.
Now you missing a part. The
go
nigga
ahead.
was like, "Yo, drop the guitar. This is how you know you will accept the Lord. Drop
Yeah.
the guitar." And he's clutching it, and you see his hand shaking, and then you don't know what's gonna happen, so you just watch the movie, and at the end it shows the scene again, and the nigga doesn't drop it. And he takes music, and his goal was, "I'm gonna move to Chicago," because this is another detail in the movie. So Stack is like the cool uncle because he's like, "Oh, I'm the fun one. We're gonna go with the bitches. We got money, blah blah blah." Smoke is, "I'm about my business. You got to do this and this. If you fuck around, blah 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 blah." Like, it even shows Smoke's first scene alone. He brings a little girl to his car. He's like, "Yo, listen, if somebody tries to steal anything in my car, just honk the horn." So he's in there doing business with the Asian people. That's where he introduced the Asian people. And then he's hear the horn honking. He's like, "Fuck." So then he sees it's 2 niggas that he knew from before he left, because he from that town. He moved to Chicago, came back. He sees it's niggas that he grew up with.
Didn't mean a damn thing.
And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know it was yours." And she's like, "Oh, he lying. I told him it was your car." He's like, "Oh, but I thought you never came back. I thought she was lying." So then he shoots him. Boom. So he's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Yo, I'm your boy, blah, blah, blah." So the other little nigga starts running. He was with like a young kid. And he's like, "Yo, stop running." So the nigga's scared of him because he has like the name, like everybody knows him as like the dangerous nigga. The kid turns around. He was like, he looks at him. I forgot there was the dialogue or not. He shoots the kid too. So he was like, "Because I will never let anybody in this town hear the story that you said I almost stole something from Smoke and got away with it."
He was the tough brother, but to me, he was
These 2 niggas played by the same person?
Yeah.
phenomenal acting.
But what I was saying,
get back to the point.
So Sammy, in the beginning of the movie, when he was a kid, he idolized Stack because Stack was the cool one. When he had the bitches, he had the money, he was flashy and all this shit. So then, while he's young, they delineate them from red and blue, and then they have 2 different color hats. Smoke had like a Kango hat. Stack has like a fedora or whatever. So Sammy gets a fedora. He wants to be like Stack. Then at the end of the movie, when Sammy grows up, he wears a fedora because
no, he was a Kango.
I mean, yeah, no, he was a Kango hat. So then it's like he realized that Smoke's way of thinking was the proper way. And even when, I mean, this is gonna ruin the fucking end credit scene, but one of the most powerful things was that Stack turns to a vampire, right? Like midway through the movie.
With the white joint.
Yeah.
He had the rip.
Nah,
Yeah, well, yeah,
it
he was
happened
ripping.
while he was ripping.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
gotta rip.
Nah, you don't, but he ripped.
So it was like a whole battle between because Smoke, the only thing he loved was his brother, and his brother is the same way, but he doesn't show it as much. But Smoke was like, "This is like my twin."
Yeah, that's why Smoke is a soft one.
Yeah, I'm nothing without him. So he's like, I did everything I could to so it basically at the end when the Chinese lady tells them all run in, they fighting. So Smoke and Stack are fighting now. And so vampires supposed to have superpowers, but Smoke is like he just an ill nigga, like he fighting a vampire.
And he got the thing from his wife.
Yeah.
What do they call it in the movie?
I forgot.
It's like a charm.
Yeah, it's a real thing though.
Yeah, it's root work.
Yeah, it's like they incorporated like hoodoo in it.
Yeah.
That's like
I heard. I've seen a clip about that.
This is why the church folk.
There's some real black shit. Like,
it is.
Yeah, that's what I was in.
Yeah, so basically he's about to kill his brother, and like while he's a vampire, he's like, yo, listen, like all I ever wanted to do was protect you, and blah blah blah. And this is look what happened. He was like, and his brother told him as a vampire, like he basically accepting his fate. He was like, yo, all you ever did was protect me. And then it just goes to Sammy outside, whatever, boom, boom, and then whatever happens in the movie. Then later on, when Sammy meets up, Stack is still alive. And then that's like a big reveal. Like everyone's like, what the fuck? Stack comes back with his white girl because all the vampires died, but they escaped. So he was like, Smoke made me promise that, he would let me live, but I would never do anything to you.
He's talking to adult Preacher Boy.
Yeah, like
he's a famous blues guy now, musician.
So, and he was like, but he didn't realize that's all he ever did was protect me. And that shit was mad deep.
Yeah.
Another thing, this is my last thing. The deepest layer of this whole thing, this movie is based off of supposedly real events. There's a story called Crossroads.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I've been hearing about the story since I was young.
Yeah.
Is a blues singer, jazz, whatever. And he wanted to be famous, but he couldn't like play a certain song that he felt like was going to blow him up. And he was walking down the crossroads in the middle of the night. And the story goes, he runs into the devil. And he told the devil, listen, I'll do anything to be successful. And he's like, listen, you have to sell your soul.
Yep.
And he sold his soul to the devil. And he became like a famous blues singer.
Yeah.
And he has song, like he's a real person. Like his song.
I think his name is Buddy Guy.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But he has a song talking about at the crossroads, I sold my soul to the devil and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's a famous story in American history.
And I think that
Crossroad Demon.
That Delta Slim, that was supposed to be him. Because he says it. He was like, he said I was down a road one night and I met the devil himself in my face. And I forgot what he said, but he said some flay shit though.
Yeah.
He sucked everything off me but my blood. Or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I think that because he ended up being a famous a blues singer, but he just chose a different path than his friend that got his dick cut off.
Yeah. He didn't want to be flashy, and he's an alcoholic after all the trauma that he saw.
Yeah.
And so it's dope. But yeah, so the Christian secular people out there, they're very anti this movie, and I understand why. There's a lot of hoodoo, there's root work, the devil, and then the fact that the young man chooses blues over the church was obviously a very big breaking point for them. But
there was another mistake too, because in the beginning scene when he first come in, it starts with the ending scene when he's riding in Stack's car and he's going back to the church to confront his father. There was a guy in the background, like it was a guy all white or some shit, like riding, like he was sitting on like the swing or some shit like that. And at the end of the movie, he wasn't there. Yeah, but I don't know
maybe
if
that's symbolism.
Yeah, maybe that was symbolism. Yeah. But it's the same scene, because what would the symbolism be? That he took his impurity away because he was the same person in that scene that he was at the end.
Yeah, you gotta ask Coogler, man. Gotta hit him up. But I think we did a good job breaking down the movie. I think everybody should go see it, man. Especially if you're black.
If you're black, you gotta see a movie. Yeah, you're not black.
Yeah, it's really.
I'm gonna go see it.
Like I'm not, obviously my parents they're West Indian, so I'm not, but my dad.
You about to say?
I'm not like American. Like
his parents aren't American.
Yeah, like my parents aren't American.
Okay.
What you?
He said something else.
What you thought I was gonna say?
You was like. I thought you were about to say you're not like as black as me type.
No, I think.
And you just say you wasn't American.
I misspoke. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm obviously American. I'm just not trying to take away from y'all shit. Like this to me this is y'all shit. But my dad was very influential in my life and putting me on to the struggles of black men in America. Because without the struggles of black men in America, like there's no freedom for black people anywhere. That's Malcolm X, all of that cool stuff. Marcus Garvey. Like my dad put me onto all this shit, so I'm very much aware of this stuff. I didn't really learn anything, but it was dope to see it. Like we don't get a lot of movies that show this in the way that they did it, because it's always on some pity party shit. This wasn't on no pity party shit. This was on some two cool niggas that robbed the Italian mafia and the Irish mafia, had them niggas fighting each other in Chicago, and I want to bring this wealth and money back. One of the greatest scenes to me though, and we didn't speak about this, was when Smoke was talking to Preacher Boy, and he threatened to kill him because he was trying to tell him, yo, there's two type of black people.
Oh yeah, that was fire.
It's good black. It's niggas. He didn't say it like that though. But it's niggas and black folk. The shit up in Chicago, it's cool and all, but it's niggas up there. Go down to whatever. Where he told him to go?
It was another place, but he said. But then Sammy was like, I can't go because they know y'all my uncle. So what am I really running from?
Yeah. So he basically was trying to tell him to go do his music within our community. You know, stay within the black people.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like the lower theme of the whole movie was don't become a vampire. Don't let the culture vultures, but it happened because that nigga, at the end, he came back on some hip hop shit. He had her dressed like J-Lo. He was dressed like Biggie. So it's hip hop.
Like, you mean literally?
Nah, she had the big hoop earrings.
She was dressed like
it was the 90s. It was like
the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was dressed like Biggie. Nigga fucking, so it was like, the whole culture vulture thing influenced, because remember, music was the thing that attracted the vampire to begin with.
Yeah.
And he wanted to steal that steal the culture. You know, it's crazy, bro. You gotta watch it.
I can see the
because there's so many ways you can watch the movie.
Yeah,
you can just watch it as just a horror flick, straight up.
Yeah,
you
I didn't think about it like that. There's definitely multiple ways that you could watch the movie as a musician. Because I seen a video of a guy. He was like, I'm a music major, and one of my, because he wanted to be an actor, he's trying to go to acting school, and he was like, one of my colleagues is actually in this movie, and I'm just amazed that from the musical standpoint, from the score.
Yeah, you could just watch it just for that.
Yeah.
And if you were a nerd, like a cinematography nerd, just the shots. Like, I'm telling you, bro, when you see that fucking cotton field shot, watching the IMAX, bro, that shit was
even
crazy.
the end when the vampire gets burst into flame, it turned into a human.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
It was a tornado. And also, I want to say, well, you just said it was my people, but people don't know what that's. Well, that means they probably know. But the fire part was when the vampire first gets introduced. He was getting chased by a group of Native Americans, and that's just the show. Like, I like how Coogler just did such a great job of incorporating so many different cultures.
Yeah.
Like the Native Americans, all their shit is spirituality and believing in these different entities and how they affect the human life. And them warning the white people, yo, listen, you got a nigga in your crib and he not a nigga, he's something else.
Yeah.
And they were like,
get the fuck off my lawn.
And then the guy, one of the other guys that wasn't like the leader, he was like, yo, come on, man, it's about to be sundown, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, hold on, let me just give them a chance. He's like, yo, listen, we need to come in there, we need to basically get rid of this guy, blah, 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 blah. And then they send him away. He's like, all right, no problem. And then they see the way out of there. But there was also another part that people talked about where they had a baby in that house.
They did?
Yeah. When they first got to the house, there was like a child or something crying. And they were trying to say that the vampire killed the kid. But if you watch the scene, the vampire had no blood on him. The dad did. So he turned
so that's who the dad was on.
Yeah, the dad killed his own kid.
Yeah, you're right. Damn, white people. That's the lesson. Niggas will kill their own kid. But yeah, shout out Ryan Coogler, shout out the whole team, and shout out Cornbread. He was right about that. I just wanted to be a dick to you. Cornbread.
No, he's ill though.
He had one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, that scene was funny. Like, keep my money, man. That was fine.
And like, not to super nerd out again, but like the fact that as soon as he turned into a vampire, he lost his blackness because they looking at him like, what? They knew like, why can't you come inside? Yeah. Like he was let's be what was the word he used? Not rude. He was like, let's be polite. Because normally, like, you know, like a black dude is not gonna be on some Cheerio, can I enter this establishment? Like that's what he was on as soon as he turned to a vampire.
Another thing I like that Ryan Coogler did too was unique to this these type of vampires that he was portraying was the hive mind thing.
Oh yeah, I never seen that before.
Yeah, I've never. I was kind of confused because it was a part of the movie when the Chinese guy was like, yo, I'm about to go get the car or whatever, because he didn't know that this was going on. Nobody knew what was going on.
Yeah, nobody knew it was vampires.
So, because everybody had left because
what happened to Stack?
Yeah, because what happened to Stack? Stack got killed and they locked the door and everybody ran out.
Because they thought he was just dead.
Like, yo, I'm gonna go get the car. Boom, boom, boom. He comes back and he's like, yo, like, babe, come on, let me in, blah, blah, blah. And then she was about to say it. He was like, no. Like, and then they were trying to argue, like, yo, this is not who you think it is. Boom, boom, boom. The guy, the main vampire, comes back. He was like, oh, I have all his memories. I know everything. And he starts speaking to her in Chinese. And it's a specific dialect of Chinese that they spoke. Like, I don't know if that was specific to the Delta area or what.
I wouldn't know.
But it was like Tandarine or some shit. Not Mandarin. It's Mandarin, Cantonese, and something else. But it was like the third dialect. And he spoke to him in that language and was like, I know how you like to get your pussy ate and blah 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 blah. All
that was another thing in the movie. Ryan Coogler's a freak nigga. It was a lot of pussy eating.
Oh yeah, that
I
nigga.
ain't gonna lie, you freak ass niggas. We going on 40 minutes.
Yo, bro, I'm waiting to say, can we pod?
I want to keep listening.
No. You guys are right. You guys are correct.
My nigga, like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was sitting here waiting, like, yo, when?
Y'all niggas
Nah, but this movie is actually.
I'm pretty sure people are gonna appreciate this, but yeah, y'all niggas is about to give away the whole movie.
This wasn't a commercial.
Niggas is like, remember that Jackie Chan TV show, and the old man was like, one more thing.
Yeah, nah, it's just so dope. I actually think as a pod family, we should watch the movie together.
Yeah, nah, I definitely want to see it.
After y'all see it alone in your own constituents, it was a really good movie, man.
Yeah, nah, I definitely want to see it. I'm definitely sold. I've been sold on it, but
What these niggas be saying in the comments?
Shit going on there.
Nah, they gonna fry you up.
Cut they mic.
Yeah, this nigga was
Deformed
this nigga was
podcast.
doing
This
his
is
best
wild.
impression of fucking TC the Challenge over
This is
here.
wild, son. I'm telling you, bro. I literally was gonna wait till this shit done to be like, yo, I ain't contribute shit to this episode.
I mean,
40 minutes and I'm fucking mute because y'all niggas want to talk about bullshit.
it's not bullshit though.
Like,
It's actually an amazing
this shit
work
is
of art.
nuts.
It's an amazing work of art, and I hope you get to appreciate it.
That happened before.
That's true.
it's fucking nuts.
Hey, didn't you? You know what?
40 minutes, I might as well have slept.
Yeah. Go see the movie, please. Sinners out now. This is not a paid advertisement. So
Niggas have 14 skips. Y'all need like 40 of these shits.
yeah, let them know.
I need Skip Bayless.
This shit is nuts, bro.
I want to
The
keep.
Lakers in 5.
I want to. Come on now, they lost. I want to keep
That's
it.
what I'm going.
I want to keep it racial.
Mm-hmm.
There's a white woman that went viral recently. She was in the park. She was with her child. And a gentleman the video starts with him just recording her. They're both obviously angry. And he asked her, yo, what did you call that child? What did you call that black child? And she was like, well, he was stealing from my child. He was stealing stuff. And yeah, I did call him a nigger.
Mm-hmm.
The man was like, you can't do that. And then the video continues, whatever, it cuts off.
So which one turned into a vampire?
Hold on. That's actually pretty funny.
Like the
If you saw the movie, it'll be funny. Then the internet gets wind of this. The young lady starts to it's not GoFundMe. What's the new shit called?
Damn, I thought
didn't know that.
No, it's not called GoFundMe no more. It's some new shit. Whatever the new shit is, it's not called GoFundMe anymore. I promise y'all. She starts a GoFundMe and
Help.
she raises $500,000. I don't know what it is right now, but it was $500,000 last time I checked. And the internet is like, yo, you telling me you can go outside, call a black person the N-word and raise $500,000? What society we live in? But there's a lot of people saying that this is get back for Carmelo Anthony.
But see, my thing is though,
We'll
is that when it comes to that, they really can't say that because they had the Kyle Rittenhouse, the George Zimmermans. So it's like white people, they just need. I feel like white people just need to stand on like, yeah, we're racist. So what? I feel like if they hit us with that, we could just be like, just angry. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like we really can't.
But that's how they want you. Because when you angry, then that gives you the right to. For them, they look at this like when you act like an angry black person. Now I get to kill you.
Yo, what was the money raised for?
Oh, her, she just feels unsafe.
Yeah, distress problem.
Yeah, distress, unsafe,
Can't sleep at night.
and she's a meth addict apparently.
Oh, even better. She smoked it all.
$500,000 worth of meth.
You know how much that worth, right?
Nope.
All right. So
$500,000.
so I just wanted to like, where do y'all think as a society we go from here? Like to me, I feel like we almost at rock bottom again, all over again.
Oh, as a society?
Yeah,
Oh, now we just shoot the vampire.
it's not gonna be funny if you do it.
Now you see how it sounded when y'all was talking
No,
before.
we were talking about a movie.
All right.
What you doing is mockery.
There's a reason why, because that shit.
That wasn't mockery with it.
But from here, I ain't gonna lie to you. The only thing we can do, in my opinion, is literally like have to band together and stop separating ourselves. Because at the end of the day, they're already doing that.
Yeah, but I don't want to band together with a nigga like you though. That's the problem.
No, that's the problem.
No, it's
You
not.
know why that's the problem?
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, if we can't band together as like a race, no matter what the next person may think or what the next person may do, we're always going to have mental separation.
Mental separation.
Like when I say mental separation, I'm not saying like some shit like that, but like we're always gonna have a separation between us, and then we're also battling separation between us and that race.
Okay, so
Well, wasn't the last episode? Well, not the last episode, but the last episode you was on, you was saying y'all Americans is wilding.
Yeah.
So what are you talking
So
about?
that's why I said like a nigga like you, I don't want to be like clicked up with you because you only doing it because it's convenient.
So-
I'd rather them kill both of us than to let you click up with me and survive.
Fuck it.
So that's my problem number one. But even if this magical thing you're talking about happens, we still outnumbered like by a lot. So
You know, the black population is like 15%,
Yeah.
and white is like 50 something.
50 something.
Cool.
Like there's nothing we would do. So
We
that's
gotta
how
band with the other minorities then.
you don't understand how that works.
Now the minorities that identify as black.
Yeah, but that still, you got to understand most minorities, and I do blame them, but I don't blame them. You're gonna assimilate to whiteness because it's a survival thing. You're gonna turn to when Trump got elected, he got a lot of Hispanic votes because they looked at it like, oh, I'm gonna assimilate to whiteness, and now they're getting packed.
Mhm.
So it shows you
That's
time and
why
time again.
I smile a little bit when I be seeing them shit. And
Yeah,
it's
I don't think
sad-
you're wrong for
it's
that.
sad because like I do understand that some people are in terrible situations, but I gotta mark up all of them on the same, like, you know,
Yeah, you
the
voted for
same,
them.
the same way I look at white people.
Yeah.
Like when fucked up shit happens and 401ks is in the trash
Yeah.
and shit, I gotta sit there and be like, fuck all y'all. Even the ones that personally didn't do it to me,
Yeah.
but y'all niggas is all in the same boat right now.
Yeah, so I don't know how this thing gets resolved. I hope this lady doesn't get any of the money, but it just goes to show that
Well, technically, how would she not get the money?
I just hope that something happens, man.
Yeah, like some glitch in the
Because, like-
system, some scammer.
Yeah, like because
Yeah, where else
Somebody
scammers
have to-
at? Somebody hit up the scammers.
somebody
man.
would have to literally like either report this as like fraud or some shit.
It's not though.
Nah, it's not.
No,
Because I'm willingly giving this money.
Yeah, and somebody screenshotted the comments. I didn't even know you could leave comments when you add the money,
Yeah.
and they were on some like, "Yeah, man, we tired of this shit." Yeah,
but see now my thing is right.
white power.
So yeah, so
Them
with
niggas
this
don't
whole
even be as
GoFundMe.
tough as niggas be thinking. I thought them white power niggas was like on some tough shit, but I've been seeing a lot of clips lately. I think it was in Tennessee or some shit. That black people ain't playing with them niggas down south.
you know,
I ain't gonna lie. I was under the impression that them niggas be having people scared. It's just that black people play a lot of defense. I think black people gotta stop doing that.
Nah, bro.
It's fucked up because if we start playing offense, niggas is definitely
we
gonna get packed up.
packed.
We're gonna get packed up.
Yeah,
But I
bro.
think from now on though, we really just gotta be on some like I'm not gonna wait for you to do something
Yeah, but
type shit.
I think that's play stupid games. When that shit would break my heart if an army of black people go to a town or some we playing offense.
I don't mean like that. Yeah,
That's what he said he was gonna do in a sundown state.
And he's still here. So we know he didn't do it. And that's why I can't link up with
I
a
just
nigga
mean like when them people, because they had like like not a Klan rally. It was because they wasn't wearing the fucking the robes and shit, but it was the other shit. I forgot what they call it, but the niggas that be wearing the swastika.
Oh, neo-Nazis?
Yeah, that. So, but like they pulled up to a neighborhood and literally black men and black women pulled up to that same neighborhood just on some like, yeah, y'all niggas ain't gonna do this shit here type shit. Like the shoot it out shit, I don't think that's a good idea. But definitely it has to be on some like, nah, we're not gonna wait for y'all niggas to be, putting hands on people before we stand up.
Niggas got to do it how fucking India and Pakistan do. They got like some place where they meet on the border,
On the
of
border?
India and Pakistan, and they have a rule with no guns. They just go out there with bats and shit.
you know what's crazy? I saw a video on that shit. He said, "Yo, it's no guns, no explosive, nothing." But people are literally just dying left and right.
Like it's die for the cause. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And the funny thing about India and Pakistan, it was all one country at one point. So it's like, why are they doing this? But hey, swag, man.
I think people generally just want to be mad. I think that's really what it is. I think a lot of people wake up and just be mad.
But see, you can't say that because if a white person told you some shit like that, you'll be tight.
Now they would be wrong though.
Yeah, but
Like,
I'm talking about where does their anger? Why is that lady so angry? Well, she says that black kid stole something from her, but I'm like white people do fucked up shit all the time, and I see it. I don't call them. I don't call them out, I don't call them out their name because they do fucked up shit. You feel me?
Yeah, but like, why are you calling the kid an N-word?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what
why
I'm
you just
saying.
call him a thief?
Yeah,
What is the situation like? It was kids playing in the playground.
Yeah, it was like a
and,
park.
And what did steal? Like, what he took some of his toys and
I
started playing with it.
She
or?
didn't. I honestly,
Which is a normal kid action. That ain't a black kid action.
Out of her purse.
No, she said out of my kid's stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like, come on, which is a normal kid action.
Yeah.
Kids take from kids. all
Again,
the
why
time.
she didn't just call him a thief?
Why she didn't go to the parent?
Funny enough, I don't think the parent was
She's
there.
scared.
Or that.
Nah, she had to, like, come on. We at a park. There's no way that kid was. I'm not believing that. That kid wasn't there by himself.
I'm just
That white lady saw a child, the defensive child, and was like, I'm gonna call him the N-word because I want to feel tough. Because I see a lot of those situations happen where niggas be like, they stop that shit. They be like, yeah, nah, we ain't going for that.
Yeah.
And then they be like, they don't want to talk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, white people don't want to talk.
You know what we need to do?
Start a GoFundMe
We need food.
for this podcast. If she could kill like $500,000 or some shit like that, why we can't kill
As
like
long as we
$500,000?
can make you the face of it, I think we should.
I will.
All right, cool.
Go call a little white kid a cracker.
You wouldn't do that though.
They would think we make everything so cool that they don't even be offended by that shit. I heard a white rapper rap the other day that he's a proud cracker.
Oh,
And I
that's
was like-
the nigga from Florida, right?
With the orange beard and orange hair, right?
he's-
1900 Rugrat, I think.
You got one of them niggas too. Yeah, you got one of them niggies too.
I think that nigga's black. Ain't one of them
I
black?
don't know, but I definitely heard of
Rugrats
him.
white.
Nah, that's
And
not
they got the Jewish nigga too from Florida.
Bro.
I forgot his name.
Jewish nigga from Florida. But yo, speaking of music though, I think what we should do,
Boy.
we should get Nelly and
do
Tim
what?
McGraw. Remember how they made that song?
Yo.
Don't try this in a small town. We should try. Don't try this in a big city.
Yeah.
And Tim McGraw and Nelly got to do it.
I don't think they would what you call it? 'Cause
They who?
I don't think Nelly and Tim McGraw would make a song like that.
Why?
Together? I don't know. I just don't feel like. To me, it
What the fuck
takes.
you know about Tim
Yeah.
McGraw?
Or Nelly.
Nigga, they had a song together.
That's why I said that. So why would they not
but
make
I don't
another
think-
song?
no, I'm not saying they won't make another song. I don't think they would make a song like "Try This in a Big Town."
Why not?
I just don't think like. All right, the nigga that made "Try This in a Small Town." Like when you look at like the history of him and understand like where he's coming from, that's like a place of like hatred.
Nigga,
I know.
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't
he's
think
saying.
Nelly and them will be on some type of time.
That's
like
the
that.
point of what he's saying.
Just because I don't think they want the kickback.
To them
All right, you
niggas,
bugging the fuck
to them
out.
niggas that's talking that don't play that shit, don't do that shit in a small
Man, that's
town.
on fire.
I ride through that small town bumping Finito.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow this town up.
Them niggas is crazy.
That song's fire though.
What?
Small Town.
No, I know you would find it fire. And this is what
Yeah,
I
I
keep
don't
trying to
want
explain to you. You up here defending white folk,
Yeah.
and this is why niggas like you, I cannot click up. When the race war start, we gotta get rid of niggas like you first off rip, so we know who our true numbers are.
Wow.
And nigga, you a traitor.
My nigga, if it comes down to like we really on some shooting shit, I'm not fucking standing with them niggas.
Oh, you not killing your white boys.
Them niggas ain't killing me.
No, they
So
are.
we gonna have a all out draw.
No, we don't got
not
time.
playing
We
that
don't got
shit.
time for that. That's
I'm
what
not
trying.
playing that shit.
Nah, they gonna pull up on you, and be like, "Yo, you ain't gonna do that,
Yeah, what
Chubbz."
side?
That nigga, I'm not dying for you, bro.
No, but they not asking you to do that. They just ask you to not kill them.
But you not gonna come kill me.
Nah, you can't control that.
They
So
come-
this is
alright,
I'm
they
gonna paint
pull
you
up-
this. No,
but
let me paint the
they
scenario.
pull up to my crib with
No.
smoke.
Hold on.
Alright.
I'm gonna paint the scenario. We all meet up the night before.
Yeah.
And we're like, yo, we're gonna this is a white stronghold. This is where they got all the ammunition and their guns.
Yeah.
And your white friends is at the front protecting it.
Yeah.
And we like, nah, we gotta get rid of them niggas. And we get there, what you gonna do?
They packed.
Nah, you don't believe that.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because guess what? If they on some, this is a stronghold, and them niggas is really on some shit, they're gonna shoot.
Nah, they gonna be, yo, Chubbz, we're not gonna shoot you.
Not if we send you first.
Yeah, we send you
They gonna
first.
know you. They gonna be,
Yeah, but that's
they
what
gonna
I'm
be like,
saying.
yo, 48 them niggas.
But
Yeah, you
hold
gonna
on.
do it.
I go over there,
They're
right?
like, oh,
first,
yo,
right?
it's good.
Yeah, y'all show up. They gonna draw their guns, right?
Nah, they already
Nah, 'cause
outnumbered.
they know you.
Yeah, so we just stealing.
No, we are blunt.
Yeah, we gotta kill these
We
niggas.
gotta get rid of them. We
But
acing them.
but hold on, that's what I'm saying. So I go over there, right?
And they're not gonna shoot you. But if it was any of us, they shooting on sight.
But that's what I'm saying. So now y'all all show up.
Yes.
They pull their guns.
No, they can't. They outnumbered.
Yeah. And I
So-
And we need you to execute them
So why are we killing them?
because we have to.
Nah, they gotta
But why?
go. They gotta
'Cause
go.
we
They
said
gotta
so.
go, bro.
So we went to Tehran.
You see how we debating
bro,
right
yeah,
now?
bro, ain't no fucking
They
mercy,
already
nigga.
called backup.
Ain't no prisoners. Ain't no prisoners, nigga. Ain't no prisoners. We ain't got the storage room for prisoners.
Exactly.
We killing these
We don't
niggas.
got the facilities. for that.
We gotta kill them. Just rob them.
Nah, we killing. See, you're the problem. You want some robbing shit? We over here arguing with you, and now we all dead. Fuck that. But yeah, I don't think this is
All
right.
right, so hold on. What if it's a race war with somebody else, you packing up your mans?
What? Somebody else who?
Let's say we going against like let's say Asians or Pakistan. You gonna pack your friends up?
Absolutely.
Oh, all right.
It's a race war.
I ain't gonna lie, I gotta stand with the blacks.
Yeah, I don't have a choice, nigga. We are outnumbered.
I wouldn't be your friend if you could sit here and tell me you were packed.
Bro, you have.
I'll pack you right now. What the fuck is this nigga talking? I started off this conversation. I gotta pack him. This nigga's crazy.
Well, we not friends. Remember, you said that.
I know that. You might not know that.
All right.
But it's all good, man. This is a hypothetical race war. We're just joking. This is a pod. We're potting. Don't take it too seriously, man. All right. So let's move on, man. This is the It's you guys realize it's an anniversary right now, right?
May the force be with you.
Well, technically,
I'm not gonna do that again.
I'm about to say you getting bad at this shit.
No,
it's been a year since I crashed my car. So.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
Yeah, like, come on.
It's the Drake Kendrick anniversary.
You know what's crazy? I definitely did see that, and I didn't think he was gonna bring that up.
Yeah. So now that we're a year removed from the battle, can we talk about how y'all feel about how things transpired? Who won?
So what came out? First person shooter? That's what today is? Or are we talking about the Kendrick diss?
I really don't know what today
No.
specifically is.
Today was like a real diss track came out.
Yeah,
I
something came out
was
today.
in.
So push-ups, right?
Something came out today. I don't know.
One of them came.
But this week, this whole time period is the anniversary. So how do y'all feel about the battle a year later?
Kendrick won.
Okay.
Yeah, my opinion really hasn't changed since I forgot the name of it. Not Like Us dropped.
Yeah. So what's the best song, y'all?
Family Matters easily.
No, I would say Not Like Us.
I would say Family Matters.
Yeah, Family Matters is the best.
So how does Drake have the best song when he lost? How did that happen?
Oh, nigga, you see what Not Like Us. You see what Not Like Us.
It was just a whole agenda that they were trying to push. And Kendrick,
Yeah, hold on.
Niggas was on some fuck Drake shit.
No.
This is what I like.
Not Like Us. You acting like Not Like Us is on something like they had to force that on us.
No. I'm not
Like
saying
Us
that. I'm not saying that. He's saying how did Drake end up having the best song but lose the battle?
Yeah.
I'm saying that the trend was already going towards fuck Drake.
It was too
and
late.
Kendrick was just
But Drake was beating them other niggas up.
You talking about during this beef?
Yeah, Drake was keeping Metro.
Yeah.
Like these niggas wasn't getting close to him.
They just didn't have somebody that could make a song that was good enough for people to get on the side of fuck Drake. But the whole industry was leaning towards fuck Drake.
So you think this is a fixed fight?
I'm not saying it was a fixed fight necessarily, but it's like, say I'm a Conor McGregor fan and you're a Khabib fan. And Conor's obviously the biggest in the sport.
Yep.
He was the best fighter. Nobody could fuck with him. But a lot of people was like getting tired of this nigga's antics. This nigga is fucking throwing barricades through the windows and all type of shit, punching old men, doing coke, blah, blah, blah.
Sound like an ill nigga to me.
So obviously he's the biggest one. He have the most fans, but a lot of people is like, nah, we really fuck with this nigga. This nigga is really the illest nigga, but we just got to get somebody to get this nigga out of here. So once this nigga is able to meet up and the nigga really get the nigga out of here, everybody's like, yeah, that's what we be waiting for.
Sounds like collusion to me. How y'all feel?
I mean, I think. So you think Weeknd couldn't have been that nigga to do it?
Pack Drake up?
Hell no. You
You
can't rap.
lost your fucking mind.
Can't rap.
Nah, but see, when
You gonna sing nigga to
he went out the
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, he already told you about that. Well, Odell did.
It was fucking out.
I think Odell's about Drake lost.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was the shit that was going on.
That video.
The only thing I didn't like about that video is when he was like, shake that ass for me, so I shake his ass.
Yeah, he was
That nigga started tweaking.
That nigga
was driving. That nigga was multi.
Where was he going?
No, I think he was doing it like how they have in the movies where they got the car getting towed.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. That nigga didn't touch that steering wheel.
Yeah, I know. Come on, I said, damn, this nigga got the perfect wheel alignment ever.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
But
He was in the Tesla.
I do agree that Drake lost the battle. I do agree Family Man is the best song. Did it help, hurt, or like how did it affect hip hop? Because hip hop before that battle, niggas was not in, like, we weren't doing Billboard. Like hip hop was like on a downswing. But since that battle.
Fuck hip hop. I'm gonna tell you how that.
Nah, first of all, you could not in my person.
No, I'm not saying like I'm not literally saying like fuck hip hop. I'm saying like fuck, like the question you asked, I'm gonna answer how that shit affected like me personally. Like,
Oh yeah, because this is what this is about.
nah, because because I can't. Like, I'm not gonna speak on hip hop. Like,
Yeah, you can't.
that shit, whatever.
But fuck hip hop. I'm not gonna
Fuck that
speak
shit.
on hip
I
hop.
was stole
Like,
on this thing.
for me, I hated Drake for a good minute. Like,
Why?
I just didn't like the music he was making at all.
Wait, hold on. So when you was going out and partying with your friends, what was you listening to?
What do you mean?
When you were
Mhm.
going out and
Mhm.
partying with your friends
Whatever
in the
played in the
club, it was Drake.
Yeah, but like I still did. Okay, so old Drake, yeah, the new Drake when he started doing those love songs, I didn't like. So I always had a stand. Like one of my boys, he's a big Drake fan, and we always used to go by like Drake sucks. When this whole beef happened, I'm like, oh yeah, somebody really exposing this nigga. And then
How do you expose him?
because I think the nigga's a culture vulture.
Meek didn't say that?
Yeah, but not. It didn't. How could I put it? It wasn't. I don't think it got as far as the way
Pusha T didn't say that?
he did, but I don't think it got as far as the way Kendrick pushed it.
Gotcha. It's
Like,
almost
think
as
about-
like what Cassius said. They were waiting for somebody big enough to do.
Like Not Like Us to me is such a song.
You listen to that song?
Yeah, I still do. I listen to that in TV off. Those shits are slaps. Like it's just, especially when I'm driving. But the shit has become so bad that the Nokia song that the nigga dropped, right? There's 2 lines in there that I fuck with, but I hate the song just because I don't like Drake.
Mm.
And I started realizing, I'm like, damn, this shit is fucked up.
But you don't like Kendrick either.
Nah, I don't really care for him.
Like, yeah, so you
But
just,
that, Not Like Us and TV off, them shits to me are just like phenomenal.
got you. So you don't like Kendrick. You just like Not Like Us and TV off. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
Well, I wouldn't say I don't like Kendrick because there's something that
So-
I like, but I'm not like a Kendrick.
How
big
did this
with
affect you?
because I started realizing like I really have an issue with Drake itself. Like the fact that No Kid came out and I'm like, oh, this kind of catchy, but I'm like, nah, fuck this.
You met Drake before?
Nah.
Okay.
So like, and then like all your people's like Drake.
Yeah, that's cool.
Vibes Cartel, Popcorn.
I ain't gonna lie, like when he got the chain, I got tight.
Once again, do you know Drake?
Nah.
Why do you hate him?
Yeah,
Because he's
nah.
successful?
Nah, so I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was younger, listening to like, because it was D Prod that made me start listening to Drake. That era really was like, I felt the music.
Gotcha.
Then he started switching up and doing certain shit like After Ransom and shit like that. I'm like, yo, like, this was a person that I could live. I'm going through, I could listen to your music and like feel like a person, like feel like the whole I'm so fly shit. Like it made me feel like nigga, I want to get fly. I want to do this. You did that, you lost me.
What does Bend Like a Banana do for you?
I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Just know.
Nah.
My shit curve.
What?
My
Yeah.
shit curve, nigga.
All right.
So that's all I'm
He's
saying.
bugging.
Bro,
This nigga's good.
That's all I'm saying.
okay. The only anyway, okay. So for me personally, what the battle did do for hip hop, I think was great. It brought hip hop back into the Billboard. We topping the charts again. That's dope. We never got a diss battle with this many songs, have we?
Nah. Well, not in that. Yeah,
Not back to back to back like that, definitely.
No, I don't even think total.
Nah, I think I feel like. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Nigga, this
Got it, because when 50 of them was beefing, I don't think the
I
niggas
was-
was responding.
No, niggas was, but
Yeah,
I don't,
but
it wasn't
nigga,
this
it's
many.
almost like 14 songs.
Yeah.
If you include like the shit that's not on DSPs, like Taylor Made Freestyle, fucking Backstreet, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they got this mad records. So I'm happy about that. Does this affect Drake? Has this affected him? Like I know
I
what it
think it
did to
does.
Kendrick
I think it does.
in a negative thing.
Yeah,
You
because
think Drake
like,
took a loss here? He's
I think-
not number one.
I don't think so.
Cool wise, nah.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like sales,
Oh, no.
hip hop.
Oh, no, still no.
Okay, so,
So if it doesn't affect him as being cool and doesn't affect his sales, then what does it affect?
no,
I
nigga
think-
said
I
it
think-
affected
I
cool.
think-
Vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Effects
Oh,
is
cool.
cool. Yeah,
Oh.
Effects is cool.
Like, I just think, like, I think what I would have to see, since it's been a year, is what he drops.
He dropped
Because
60
he
songs for you, but that was a collab.
Yeah, but like himself, all he really got right now is the Nokia song, I think.
No, that's just on the same
If-
thing.
What do you mean?
That's
on
the same album.
Yeah. If
Wait, so hold on. See, that's why I'm confused now. Because I thought that was a single. I didn't know that was like
No.
a whole album.
That's part of the album.
yeah.
So what else is on that album that plays?
The Baby Girl song, is that the song?
That's Nokia.
like kind of like his response to like
Baby Girl is
like
Nokia.
how yeah.
He has another hit
but
record. on
he-
Give me a hug.
Give me a
Yeah,
hug.
Give Me a Hug,
I thought
yeah.
that.
But
Yeah, I
what you
mixed
said
up.
on there?
Give me a hug.
See, I don't think
You
I
said
heard that
who
one.
else is on there?
No, I said, what does he say on there? Because I don't
It's just
think I heard
basically a
that.
bunch of shit.
The only one I heard was the baby girl, that shit.
And he says bend like a banana on it.
I don't remember that.
He got popcorn on there.
And popcorn's there. So,
But then nigga, I also have my ways about popcorn too, I feel.
If niggas was paying $500,000 for a verse from Drake a year ago,
it's a very good
how much
question.
you paying now for it?
500,000.
The same shit.
Yeah.
Still paying 500?
Yeah. This beef made me a Drake fan. I was not a fan of this
I don't know if I
music.
would pay 500,000.
Nah, you drunk.
So you're not gonna get a verse then?
You drunk.
I don't know if I'll pay
There's
500,000.
there's no verse in hip hop.
I feel like there's more work you would have to like. I feel like it's not the same stimulus
Bro,
package.
nah, I'm not saying you sound crazy, but you sound crazy, bro.
I don't think
There's
it's the
no
same
verse in hip hop that has that impact. A Drake verse, nigga, Block Boy JB.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I just think that literally, like, yeah. But see, we're talking about
Before
then,
the beef, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying this doesn't mean anything. I'm not saying you would be wasting your money if you spend the 500,000.
You just think
But
the
I
song
think
is not guaranteed to blow.
I just feel like the culture and doesn't look at him the same as far as like if you get him on a song, then it's automatically. I don't have to hear the song.
Yeah,
it's just now niggas may actually skip your shit just to see if Drake is gonna answer to anything else that niggas have previously said.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it has the same effect. But
No, I can see what you're saying. Like, it's more anticipation being built behind each time he drops a song or anything now. But I don't think that affects anything besides that, because when he comes out with an album and his album goes number one, like it always does, they're just gonna be back to normal. It's just that Kendrick Lamar was looked as the boogeyman now all of a sudden, but that is gonna. I mean, he might be able to ride that way for years and years.
Did you listen to the
I think
album?
forever. I don't think there's anybody else like he would have to lose to somebody.
Yeah, I think that because Pusha T still has like the guise of being that guy from the shit with Drake. Because people are still talking about what would happen to Pusha T and Kendrick got into beef, and niggas was like, Kendrick don't even want to do that.
Did any listen to Drake's album?
No.
Yes.
What do you think of it?
No, I did. I did. I'm sorry, I did.
What do you think of it?
It was cool.
7?
Yeah, I wouldn't even put it that high. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But you see how y'all saying that? Wasn't there a point where like Drake would drop an album and niggas is like, yo, no, this is like not for me.
In Drake's defense, I think that was more of like him and Party Next Door. They did probably a bunch of music together.
Yeah,
and that was just like
it was just like a bunch of throwaway songs.
Yeah. As a new Drake fan, it's one of his weaker projects, but I don't think it was like and maybe this is just me giving him an excuse. I don't think it was like his best attempt. I think when he drops his solo album, if that shit doesn't sound good, then I'll be like, oh damn.
Yeah, that album wasn't like a statement like that. It's just like when he dropped that Honestly Nevermind, like niggas wasn't looking at that album to be like fucking thank me later or some shit.
But this is my thing, like, so if I'm coming off the whole situation with Kendrick, what am my mentality to make sure that this shit is going to be like great? Like why would my mentality be like,
it's not my album?
I got throw, but still, like if I'm a part of it,
no, I get what you're
saying.
And
I'm going through this shit right now, and niggas is looking at me crazy. Why would I just be like, here's throwaways?
Because I'm that ill.
But then
my throwaways is still going.
Yeah, but then it proves that you're not that ill, because it's like niggas was like, this is just her.
Nah, but they didn't though. The numbers show you that did well.
But this is the thing. If you have a song there that, let's say, goes platinum, does that not make the whole album platinum?
I don't think so.
So what was the shit we were talking about before? Like niggas put like they single that's doing crazy on a album.
That's in the streaming area. You're right. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So you could say the album did great or whatever because of No Kid, whatever, that went number one. But then did the album really do good?
I think how would you determine that?
Yeah, you can't. That's why they do it the way they do.
How would you determine that?
I see what you're saying. Like that's why
I can make the argument with Kendrick and.
Well, I mean, Kendrick did not put Not Like Us on that.
Yeah, I know, but
so,
the left to turn the TV on.
Yeah, but that wasn't released before.
No.
Squabble Up was, I think, it was released before.
But that's why I like, I'll be looking at like, that's why I can't sit here and be like, oh nah, this album is good or whatever, because if you did that and that's why the albums are doing numbers,
but I wouldn't call this a Drake album for real.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying.
Yeah, like
so the album with Drake and
Future.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it a Drake album.
Jigga and Kanye. That's not
I wouldn't call that either one.
Yeah, it's a collab.
Because exactly.
But you saw
all right. Let's say like you know how Nas when he linked up with Hit Boy and shit.
I thought you were talking about Junior Gong.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wouldn't consider the album either. The only reason why I would consider that a Nas album, even though it's a collab, because you have a producer.
Yeah, it's a producer and a rapper.
But this is my thing. I see what you're saying, but the only reason why I'm still gonna say it's the album. Because it is an album.
No, it's literally.
I agree. I'm saying like his album, whatever the case, because like even the Drake and Future.
Because you hate Drake.
No, even the Drake and Future album, right? That shit slap.
And you count that as a Drake album?
Yeah.
But
so,
see, the thing
it's not a Future album.
No, like
exactly.
Okay, I would say I see what you're saying. I would say it's both. Like
That's our point.
one album for both.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the fact that slap and this is just shows like you're not putting your foot forward. You're not putting the effort.
So is Kendrick the king of hip hop currently?
Yeah.
Until Drake release, yeah. Nobody else.
But when you say king of hip hop,
Yeah.
that's something like you think Drake is the king of hip hop even when he drops?
What would make somebody the king of hip hop?
We talking about and the genre, like we're specifically talking about hip hop, the genre.
Yeah, the biggest shark is Drake. He's always been Drake.
But I mean, that's what I'm kind of saying about why I feel like niggas could pay that $500,000, which I don't think is crazy. But like, as far as hip hop goes, that nigga's name isn't the name.
Drake
in hip hop.
I thought it was. Man,
are you saying because he touches too much genres?
No, I mean, I just think in the sense of like. It's like imagine these niggas. All right, so imagine there's different weight classes and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And music,
yeah.
And Kendrick could have fought this nigga. Kendrick and Drake could have fought in pop or whatever other genres there is, but they decided to fight in hip hop, right?
Yeah,
because they did rap songs. It wasn't trying to be poppy or nothing, or they wasn't talking about money or who did better commercially. I think in hip hop, Kendrick won the fight in hip hop, which made him the king in hip hop. Okay. Like, how could Drake, just because obviously he's going to sell more, he's the bigger draw. But as far as this weight class of hip hop, Kendrick has to be the king because he won in that arena. And if we talking about sales and who's the bigger artist, yeah, Drake wins in that arena because overall.
So would you say Pusha T beat Drake in a rap beef?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So was Pusha T the king of hip hop?
I mean, I see your point in that. I don't think it was the king of hip hop, but also it's like a lot of things go into that. You have like that. Was that a championship fight to you? You know, like sometimes in wrestling, the championship nigga John Cena fight every Friday, but every fight, you feel what I'm saying?
See, this is why you're moving the goalposts because we're talking about boxing, which is one thing, and boxing, then WWE is just entertainment.
Yeah, you're right.
Nah,
okay,
boxing, you fighting for that
every time? No, you don't have to fight
every time. You can't fight unless you change your weight class. You never fight.
And let's say that's what happened then.
But how would that be what happened? Because it's the same.
Drake said himself he had to climb down to get at.
Yeah, but all right.
So that would be him going down a weight class.
Let's talk about another fighting sport. So we'll talk about UFC. UFC has clear rankings, unlike boxing. Mm-hmm. Like I'm the number 10 guy and I'm the champ, and there's a number 1 guy. So it's 1 through 10, and there's a champ. The number 10 guy can still fight for the belt.
Yeah, I understand that.
So that would be like Pusha T.
So I guess my better point would be the wrestling example there.
But hold on, but yeah, he could fight for the belt, but that doesn't mean the belt's on the line.
No, when you
that's literally what that means.
Listen what I'm saying. When I say hold on. Listen what I'm saying. Like, all right, let's say like he said UFC. I'm the number 10 guy. Conor McGregor's the number 1 guy. I could fight Conor McGregor, but it may not be for a belt. It could be an exhibition match.
There's no exhibitions in UFC.
There's no regular fights.
No.
I see what they say.
You fighting for keeps.
That's what I'm saying. That's what. All right, so it's better. We better with wrestling.
Wrestling is the only way.
Hold on, wait. But so if the number 10 guy fights the number 9 guy, what belt are they fighting for?
Who has a belt?
I'm saying none of them have a belt.
Yeah, so there's no belt to be fought.
But Drake is the guy with the belt.
But that's what I'm trying to say. So they're doing an exhibition match.
No. That's not exhibition.
What is that?
They're fighting to rank.
Yeah, so they can get to a higher rank to fight for the belt. They're trying to fight for the belt.
Nigga, you know what an exhibition is?
Yeah.
Exhibition don't count.
Every time you fight, you don't have to fight. You don't fight for a belt.
That's what I'm saying.
Every time you have a belt.
If I'm a contender, if I'm like building my way up, my first fight isn't gonna be for a belt. My 10th fight, man.
Nah, UFC they can do that. They're the only sport that I've seen that you can do that.
Nigga, 0-0-0.
You can fight the champ.
God damn.
You're walking up the street.
Let's go back to wrestling. Y'all see my point with that.
Wrestling that makes sense.
Yeah, like Pusha T obviously he's not like a chump, but like
that nigga was fighting for the welterweight title.
Nah, he was just fighting just for like just cause like just to get this nigga to get Drake to WrestleMania or some shit. He just needed a nigga to fight.
He just never made it to WrestleMania.
He fought the wrong nigga.
But Drake and Kendrick was a WrestleMania event, and
that's kind of
So my thing is, so Kendrick is just gonna be the champion forever
until somebody box him down.
I don't think so.
I don't see Kendrick getting into another beat.
Yeah, it's over.
So.
Like, there's nobody that's ever gonna be big enough.
So Kendrick can drop an album and it goes gold.
That's what I'm saying.
And a new nigga comes in and he goes platinum. But he don't diss Kendrick or nothing. And Kendrick is still the king.
But I think that's possible.
No, that's what I'm asking.
I mean, I guess you could interpret it the way you want to. Because I mean,
I'm asking you for your analysis.
Because honestly, I honestly don't look at. This is the first time we've seen hip hop get like rap battle-y in a minute. A lot of niggas been friendly, so we kind of. That's why I think why niggas gravitated to the numbers shit, because it's like if we not beefing, how do we?
Yeah, what other metric?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously. If a nigga is wilding out number wise, obviously you could say this nigga can't miss. He obviously becomes the new Drake. Because I just feel like when you beat the top nigga and you also a top nigga, if you got these niggas, J. Cole, who we was saying was the best nigga at the time, is saying we the big three. Then you have Kendrick who gets a nigga to bow out. And then you defeat the other nigga that's in the big three. What title? What else title? What are we saying?
The big three is Big Me.
I think he is the king of hip hop. That's my only problem with that is
how do you get him off?
No, what Cash said. What happened when Drake drops? Like what do we do?
But there's a thing. If it don't slap, then what happens?
No, but let's say it
do slap.
Yeah, then what do we do?
Let's say it do slap. Right? Realistically, do you take it from Kendrick? I don't think so.
Yeah, but how could you? So it's either Kendrick gonna be the king forever.
No,
or
but
whoever drops the next slap.
No, but the thing is like, all right, so the reason why I don't say Kendrick would be the king forever, whatever, who did Drake beef with or battle to be the king?
To me,
before
to me, he was just super consistent in the legends like Kanye and Jigga. They just stopped making not quality music, just stopped making music. Kanye, in my opinion, stopped making quality music. Okay. And Jay-Z just stopped making music.
So let's say
to me, before Drake, it was Jigga.
I think there's things like, all right, you can't drop around this nigga because you gotta duck him. Yeah, his release date is gonna kill everything around. Fucking he easily goes number one when he drops. His tours is crazy. So I just think things like that kind of make you number one, even without saying it, because I don't think any of us feel like Drake is the best rapper we've ever heard.
I think in his class it was J. Cole. Like I made the KD analogy. If you put LeBron and KD in a lab, you might come out and say that Kevin Durant's the better basketball player because he does everything at such a high clip. But then when you see them niggas on the court, it's like it's LeBron. Yeah. So I think that's the problem is that J. Cole didn't have the consistency, he doesn't have the slaps, and Kendrick is the same thing. This nigga drops very infrequently, and he doesn't care about making slaps. Yeah. So it's like, how can Drake not be the king? But then now we have another dilemma. The nigga that we thought was a king got his ass whooped, and the nigga that was in third, he don't want to compete. Yeah. So it's like there's no new crop. I don't see a new contender.
That was the time when this competition started. Niggas was saying J. Cole was number one.
No, I agree with you.
So that's what I'm saying. Is like,
do you see J. Cole dropping?
I don't think J. Cole
a heavy project.
I think it's over for J. Cole for the simple fact that he spent the last 5 years saying that nobody wants to rap with him, and then when the opportunity presented itself, he was like, I don't want to rap with nobody. And I think that was like his whole shtick. Was that, okay, you could say that Drake makes better music. You could say that Kendrick Lamar is more culture, more, diverse, more artsy. But them niggas can't out-rap me. And now it's over.
But this is the thing. He only stepped back because it was becoming...
It doesn't matter. Public perception, you got to understand, it's just like acting. Hip-hop is like, I got to believe that you the illest rapper here.
So you don't think if they do...
They who?
The three of them. Let's say they do just a back and forth song.
Like what First Person Shooter was supposed to be? All three of them on the same song?
No, not all three of them on the same song. Like basically what was going on between Kendrick and Drake, but on a more not trying to cutthroat aspect.
I don't think that's possible. Because Kendrick and Drake seem to have real life issues, according to Kendrick's camp. Every time I hear them niggas talk, hey, cut duck in the face. So it's like, it seems to be like an actual problem that Kendrick got with Drake. And to call a nigga a pedophile because he mentioned your girl, cool. Once if I make a rule and you cross that rule, I can say whatever I want. But the pedophile thing was a little crazy. But I think J. Cole was the only one that wanted to do some sparring. And remember, they said Schoolboy Q spoke to J. Cole like, yo, this ain't gonna be hip hop. This not gonna be just sparring. These niggas don't like each other, and it's gonna get nasty. And he was like, all right, cool, I'm out. And that changed the course of his career.
That's why I don't feel J. Cole made a mistake.
I don't think he made a mistake, but you don't. Yeah. I don't want to hear that nigga get on the song and be like, your favorite rapper don't want to rap with me no more. I don't want to hear that, because my quote unquote favorite rapper did, and you said, hey, here's my chin, and it's over.
But that's why also I feel like I don't want to pay that much for a Drake verse, because I feel like you also kind of been you talk your shit about being that guy.
But he did it though. We all sat here and said Family Matters was the best shit we heard.
No, but like, you're not that guy though.
Because he lost, but he at least competed.
No, of course. I mean, what J. Cole did and how Drake lost is definitely apples to oranges. Yeah. But it's just also like if Drake gets on a track and he gets on I'm the illest nigga in hip hop and shit like that, it's like, nah, man, used to be.
That's fair. That's a fair point. But I think at least with Drake, he could just make a slap.
Nah, of course.
He can make another controller. He can make you know what I'm saying? Like, he could always lean on that. J. Cole can't lean on that.
Yeah, no.
His whole shit is niggas can't rap with me.
Yeah, that definitely is his swag. Because he definitely ain't going to say he got more bitches than us. Yeah. Or he's not going to say he got more money than us.
Yeah, and he's not artsy. Yeah. You know what I'm
saying? If J. Cole would have boxed, what do you see the outcome would have been?
I think Kendrick would have tried to play this whole, it's these two niggas that got white moms trying to diss the black Israelite. And the culture was just going to be too behind. Like, Kendrick to me was just too big to fail.
Now, and this is my thing. Now, you're saying that right now. What do you think that would have hurt J. Cole's career more?
No, I think his career would have been better off.
I think it would have hurt.
I think it would have been better.
I think that shit
if you listen to the one, J. Cole would have been like you said, he would only been going at Kendrick for real. Yeah. So then it would have been Kendrick could have flipped it, which I would have definitely fucked him up. And then two, if you listen to the diss that he had towards Kendrick, that shit wasn't. He wouldn't have been able to compete because he wouldn't have went to the levels niggas was going.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think that shit would have hurt.
What reason would Kendrick have to go to that level with J. Cole though?
Because at the end of the day, you're standing next to this nigga, so you're catching crossfires.
That white mom shit, I think.
You think that's a line crosser?
I don't think that would really be a line crosser, but that would be one of those things that's like,
haymaker.
This nigga talks that talk, but this nigga also has a white mom. So it's like it's like one of those things where I wouldn't say a haymaker.
I think J. Cole's talented enough to be like, nigga, Bob Marley got a white dad. You see what I'm saying? Like, what's your point, midget?
And he doesn't duck it. He doesn't. I definitely heard mad songs where he definitely.
J. Cole, if he would have fought back instead of doing that whack shit, he would have. Cause so I'm gonna bring.
He did fight back.
Cause no.
Nah, he took the first shot.
He took the first shot, but once niggas started throwing haymakers, he was like, whoa, this what's going on? Because, so look, boom, I'm going to take you back to when I was in jail. So I told the story about the Keloid nigga, right? Mm-hmm. So to me, he was like the big bad. Like, I know he wasn't the boss.
Yeah, but he
might not even be the toughest nigga in there, but he's
willing to go.
Walked the walk, and he talked the talk, and he looked like he walked the walk.
Yeah.
Then one day, I heard a story about him where they all went to court, and that's when you see everybody, because they don't split it up the units. Everybody want to put together, and they seen the ops, and he was the one that was like kind of shaky.
Damn, you just ruined this nigga whole mythos.
Last week he was the GOAT. This is all alleged. Feel me? So niggas come back to the crib. Niggas tell me that happened, and I'm like,
why they reporting to you, nigga?
So then I'm like, yo, cause he be announcing out loud, like, yo, everybody go in they cell, cause he's the one to do the lock-in. Like everybody go in your cell, or you gonna have to see me. Type
here
shit.
We go.
So now I'm thinking, so is niggas gonna go in their cell today? Same shit with J. Cole. Cause if that nigga would have banged out with everybody and he got cut again, then I can't call him pussy. I can't say he's not tough. Cause you're gonna lose a fight eventually.
Yeah.
And he clearly has lost many fights, but that doesn't take nothing away. To me, he's still tough.
Yeah.
So same shit with J. Cole. J. Cole doing that shit is the same shit he did, where he was super gangster, and then all of a sudden he seen somebody, he's like, oh shit, hold on. So now, is niggas gonna lock in for J. Cole?
Nah.
But see, I feel like that's not the same thing.
Why not?
It's like, all right, it's like, I think I had this conversation with Godfrey, but it's just like, imagine, actually, I think this would be perfect. Like, you and Chubbz, right? y'all niggas is going back and forth saying crazy things. Or I feel a beef brewing up. Like y'all niggas don't want to talk, whatever the case may be. And then I come in and I see it going on, and my name get mentioned, and I join in thinking that we just joking. And then I hear you say some wild crazy shit, or he say some wild crazy shit, and I'm like, oh, I don't even want to be a part of it. Y'all niggas is serious.
Yeah, but hold on.
I feel like that's what J. Cole did. Like this shit, okay, we can get at it. But nah, y'all niggas is not playing.
Nah, but did you spend the last 5 years saying that nobody cut ass better than me? That's my problem.
I mean, but even if I did, I'm cutting ass to me is just like I'm just killing the time.
You're wrong.
Nah,
I'm just killing the time.
I hear you, but it's
Like
not the same.
y'all niggas ain't cutting ass. Y'all niggas is trying to get somebody to the point where y'all want to fight. I'm just here for the joke. That's what I think J. Cole was
I
at.
think that's fair, and I don't even think J. Cole's wrong for backing out. But again,
The sad part is I think he's wrong.
why?
Because, like, I just, like, when I listen to J. Cole and your spin, I wanted to hear that.
Yeah, but
Like, I felt like it would have been great content.
There's morals, though.
And
I'm going to be honest with you, I don't care about no hip-hop niggas.
that's what he was saying. That's what he was just. That's literally how he started this whole thing.
Nah, but,
Nah, you
but
know
that's what I'm saying. I know if he would have boxed, his career would have been worse.
How?
I think he would have got smoked by Kendrick, and a lot of people be like, oh,
So you
shit.
think Kendrick's a better rapper?
I think he could box J. Cole.
So you think Kendrick's a better rapper?
No. But he could definitely box J. Cole.
Well, I don't get that.
So, all right, so basically like this, right? Let's say they going back and forth. Kendrick may be having J. Cole may be having raps. But if this nigga drop a song like Not Like Us
But you gotta
against
understand,
J. Cole,
the Not Like Us thing only works because of the pedophile angle.
no, don't.
Yes,
the
it
beat slaps. So that
Cool.
makes, yeah.
You think we never heard a fire beat before?
I'm saying to me,
No, okay, that's fair. But the reason why it's like so fire to the world is because of A minor, certified lover boys. That remove the pedophile shit from that song.
TV off.
Yeah, but that's not a diss.
It just damn near seemed like it.
It's subs in there, but it's not. I wouldn't call it a diss record.
And again, you can TV off and Not Like Us comparison is bad. It's not Like Us is one of the greatest songs ever. Like in terms of like views. The TV off shit is okay. Like
Nah, that shit slaps.
No, that's a
Yeah,
person.
but he's saying numbers.
Talking about numbers wise, like Not Like Us is might be the biggest hip hop song ever. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? How would he do that to J. Cole without the pedophile angle? What would he say? You see what I'm saying? Like that, the crossing the line, the thing that Drake.
But see, the thing is though, imagine if they was all beefing and then he threw a jab at J. Cole
in that song. I don't think it would be. The song would still do its thing, but I don't think that J. Cole would suffer. What's the bar? You a pedophile too?
Nah,
you see what I'm like?
Because when you hear a song over and over again, and you getting dissed in that song, eventually that shit could snowball into. I wouldn't say lose your career.
Yeah,
don't get me
he's
wrong.
going crazy.
I'm not saying lose your career.
I think it would affect.
Let me ask you, both of y'all Meek fans, do you think if the Girl Tour World Tour was removed from that battle, that battle would be that bad for Meek?
Nah,
that's my point.
Nah, hell no.
That shit was
that's what killed him. Yeah,
that's what you smaller than your girl.
Yeah,
but hold on.
That was the best angle.
That was the final punch. But was he winning before that?
No, but it wasn't a smoke.
But what else could he say? That would mean something.
Shit killed Meek.
Watch your mouth.
It killed around Meek.
Watch your mouth.
Meek is bite. But yeah, I think that's my thing. I'm gonna just go on the ledge and say that I think J. Cole should have boxed. Whatever the result was, I think he would have been better.
Fucking Drake was winning at the time because the reason why the song is called Back to Back is Meek didn't drop nothing from the other one.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you think Meek was winning before that?
No, Meek was losing.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But not because of the records, it's because he was just out musicking him. And Meek was on tour. Funny enough, what tour was he?
But that's what I'm saying. He was losing already.
Yeah, but he wasn't killing the nigga.
Yeah,
so I thought Meek was gonna win that battle.
But then you drop a hotter song while the nigga is losing. What you think? A 5-point lead just went to a 20-point lead with that song.
Because all it was, that Charged Up song, nobody even can give you a bar from that song, really.
Charged Up.
Yeah, like that shit was kind of whack. But back to back was, there was no coming back after that.
And Quentin Miller wrote that.
What, Charged Up? That nigga need a better pen. The fuck?
Who? Quentin?
Yeah. You heard what my man said. But we can move on. I want y'all to tell me what y'all would do in this scenario. I'm gonna paint the scenario.
The Sersky.
You're 6'11".
The Sersky.
You just lost a game in front of
How tall am I again?
6'11".
Okay.
You just lost a game in front of 20,000 people in another city, and then an opposing fan comes on the court.
Oh, I know exactly.
And it's you recognize the fan. You're like, hold on, ain't this one of my adversary's dads? And then he's waving a flag in your face with his son on the flag. You just lost the game. You still going through the motion.
Yeah.
You let that go.
I think you should talk about his body type too, because a lot of people think 6'11" and think lanky.
Okay, so 6'11" and like you like prime Shaq,
240 pounds.
Yeah, you like prime Shaq.
Yeah,
skinny Shaq. Like that's a nickname that they would call you in the hood. Hey, skinny Shaq. That's how you built.
Yeah,
like your leg is like a tree trunk, and a small, man. Average dude, old. That nigga look like he's 66. Well, his son is like 24. Like, what the fuck is that about? anyway,
I thought that was weird too.
So you let that go though. The first interaction, you let that go. Then you like, you know what, team? We lost. We're gonna be men. We're gonna be respectful. You start dapping everybody up. You go to where you see the gentleman because you want to explain to him like, I didn't appreciate that. So you dap him, and then he pushes you. What goes through your mind?
I'm gonna act like I don't know this situation, and like I'm also gonna act like this isn't the NBA. I'm gonna treat this like maybe the Drew League or Rucker Park. I'm slapping the shit out that old nigga.
So if y'all don't know what we talk about, Giannis had a confrontation with Tyrese Haliburton's dad, and it went just like that without the slap. I think Giannis showed great composure.
Yeah, I honestly, I've seen a lot of things or heard a lot of comments or like conversations from Giannis, and I think he handles himself pretty good. Besides like the little childish antics he does.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
Yeah, but I think he he handles a lot of things like a man. So when I see that like situation that happens and like he's not happy with what happened, I kind of tend to lean with him because I don't see him really doing things that I wouldn't stand with as a man. So the fact that he got tight about it, I'm like, I thought it was tight whack that the nigga did it anyway, but it's kind of one of those people that you see, like, if he has a problem with it and this nigga doesn't have a problem with things, you tight bugging out.
Fuck that nigga. Fuck you in my face for it. Back up.
You agree with me or?
No, I agree with the pops. Push that nigga back the fuck up.
Oh, but you were the one that antagonized.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. I'm a fan.
Why are you on the court?
And nigga don't.
So you're not a fan. So you're not a fan. You're not a fan. You're not a fan. You're not a fan.
Not the NBA.
If you're on the court, you're not a fan.
So Spike Lee never been on the court?
He courtside.
Yeah, he don't be on the court.
Spike Lee never been on the court?
No, he don't be on the court like what we talking about.
Okay.
So
game was over, right?
Yeah.
And he walks on the court.
Yeah, with a flag, giant flag of the opposing team. Cash, you play a lot of organized basketball.
Honestly, if I was Giannis, the first time, like, if we talking shit back to each other from the sidelines all series long, and then the series ends, I lose. Honestly, I would just shake the man's hand. Like,
no, he don't want to shake your hand. He came to you. You would stick your hand out to a nigga that's waving a flag in your face?
Yeah, I would laugh and be like, oh, okay, you got it. I appreciate you for the support, blah, blah. I appreciate your son. I would have a conversation like that.
He dubs the handshake and he goes about his business.
Then I think that would have been it.
Okay.
Because, like, I've always been a sportsman. Like, I'm not going to fight you because you talking shit to me at a basketball game. Like, he's not like, nigga, I will fuck your mom, doing all that shit. He was like, yeah, nigga, my son beat you. Yeah. I'm like, oh, all right. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming out. And that would have been it.
Okay. Nah. So let's fast forward to the confrontation in the crowd. So now you're going up to him to let him know that you didn't appreciate that. And he wasn't hearing none of that. He gives you a little, back up off me, man.
Yeah, I think honestly that's fair of the dad to do that, because it's like, nigga, there's a million niggas in here talking shit to you, and maybe I did go a little harder, but you're playing against my son, and you probably have talked shit to me too during the game. So you about to come to me and try to send me, nigga? I'm a grown ass man. Like, just
back the fuck up.
Just leave it alone.
I just want to know.
But I don't like, honestly, how Giannis went after the game and gave like a whole speech about, oh, my dad was bored and blah, blah, blah. But this is the thing. Giannis act like he never talked shit to nobody.
Yeah, that nigga's he's a big kid.
But he's also like, he's kind of basically saying like, I'm not my pops though, but like I definitely have representation of how like a man should act. And I don't think he was acting like
Yeah,
man
but
that
you can't
should
do. You
take.
could say something like that if you're a person like fucking Dirk Nowitzki or some shit. Like nobody has a video of Dirk Nowitzki punking a fan or punking another nigga on the court. There's videos of Giannis doing that to niggas. Actually, that same game, Giannis went to a nigga on the bench and grabbed the back of his neck and started squeezing him.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask
Like-
you about that.
I thought he was coaching that nigga.
No, the
that
nigga.
was opposing play.
At first, it looked like he was embracing him, like yo, like you know how niggas be whispering each other
fuck
ears so they don't be on the
He
camera.
ain't do that.
Then the nigga was like, hold on, you
But see,
doing?
but
And then he was like, nigga,
yeah.
the fuck, because he
But
was
see,
squeezing his head.
But see, my thing is, he should have did that to that old nigga. And then we shit would have busted a grape. Killed that nigga. Yeah, and what?
You wanted to see that?
Yes. Yeah, because now niggas like, fuck it, right? You don't want you. I should have some type of restraint because he's some old nigga. Fuck that. But now my thing is, I love when shit like this happen with dads because niggas love to get crazy when it's Ja Morant's pop. That should have been Ja Morant's pop.
They would have shot that nigga. They would have shot Giannis.
Ja Morant would have shot
Yeah, back down fucking AK.
Nigga, John Morant's dad did that though. He didn't go in the court, but he was talking shit. Nigga, he almost got in a fight with Shannon Sharp.
but see
Shannon
the talking
Sharp.
shit. The talking. Oh yeah, he's bugging.
See?
because but actually, is he bugging? Because that's fan versus fan. That's
Yeah, but he was talking shit to niggas on the court. That's how it started.
Now, and I understand that, but see, you just saying that this old nigga, he able to do it though, right?
No, I didn't say it was
Haliburton's
right.
pop.
No. Niggas didn't ask me if I was right. Niggas asked me if I was Giannis, what would I do?
Yeah.
And
That's
you
fair.
just brush it off.
Yeah, because that's just fans. But that's me though. Like me as a person, I've never been that
If
type
you
of nigga.
Adam Silver, what is the next memo you putting out on niggas pops?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, that I'm not really sure. That nigga, he might have to go. He can't be courtside no more.
Nah, I do the opposite.
Oh,
I let niggas go crazy. I put a chair in the middle. Yeah, I need these ratings up, nigga. What Giannis gonna do with that nigga? And shit, like at the Rucker part, and they go behind Giannis, like, hey, what you gonna do with the ball now, nigga? Oh yeah, brick. Yeah, I
like that,
I
yeah.
want that.
You gonna see him punch a hole through that nigga. Tell you, that nigga grabbed another man, grown man right back. He couldn't get him off him. Y'all niggas acting like I ain't see that.
Nah, Giannis is a big dude.
That
man.
nigga couldn't get. Imagine he did that old nigga. Imagine he lost his mind.
Yeah, he
Come
would've
on,
killed
bro.
him.
And he kind of big enough that the league they would have fined him, suspended
Yeah.
him, but he coming right back.
He's
He
gonna,
killed the old
he's gonna
nigga.
get the Michael Jordan treatment.
Make him retire.
That nigga gonna play soccer.
Come right back.
Yeah, right back.
Come
Yeah.
on, man. You niggas got to give him some credit for that, man.
No.
He could have hurt that old nigga, and he did it.
That's true.
All he gave him was a speech on how you not a man. 60 son, you still not a man.
But how you
That's crazy.
you're saying- how can you say he's not a man if he just like he's literally hyped that his son?
You would act like that?
What? Nate, when I ain't gonna lie, my issue like when I play ball and I shit talk.
No,
sometimes, like,
That's
as a-
not what I
as a
said.
father,
I said
nigga.
you are at your son's game.
yeah, I'm talking shit.
You are getting on the court to talk to the team's best player. The other
Game
team.
over, they
Yeah.
won. I'm dead in your face talking shit.
I promise you, you're gonna get punched right in your shit. That's not.
Shit happens.
That shit, try that shit in the middle school game. They punching you in your shit.
Shit happens.
Fucking crazy.
And then you don't care about, like, I mean,
How
yeah,
your son feel?
that's all I'm saying. Like, Tyrese is old as hell, so I mean, I would stand next to my father regardless of what he does at a grown ass age. But if I was young and looked up to my father and he doing some shit like that, I probably would think it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but in actuality, he is wilding.
I will hope my son understands that I'm just so proud of him that I'm just so hyped.
Yeah, but you don't have to
Control
get another
yourself.
nigga's faces to do that. Why you couldn't find me?
And you can't beat the other nigga. Your son can't
that's-
beat Giannis.
Look, I'm telling you, niggas is acting like that's acting like Giannis was Ron Artest. Built like Giannis.
Oh.
Niggas ain't doing
I ain't gonna
that
lie.
shit.
If that
niggas ain't doing that shit.
I
bro.
ain't going that far around on touch. That
But
nigga,
see, that's-
that nigga's
so you
a bug
scared.
out. Nah, that nigga's a bug out.
Yeah, so you scared.
Like you gotta
That's exactly what
understand.
he's saying.
I would talk shit to an extent to any player.
No, talking shit was fine. It was the fact that he got on the court and went up to Giannis and waved the flag in his face.
Yeah. And probably
You said you would do the same thing. Unless it was a nigga you was scared of.
Oh, pussy ass, bitch ass nigga. That's why we won.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would be tight if a nigga told to me like that. Oh fuck nigga.
Yeah. and yeah. I feel bad. The person I feel bad for the most, honestly, is Haliburton. What the Hally?
What the Hally?
That's what I feel the worst for. Because, like, what do you do?
He didn't he
Nah,
kind of
he-
say his pops as well?
A little bit.
Yeah, he did.
And then what that car ride like?
Nigga, you
I'm wildin'. You know what? I am wildin'. No, he can't tell no what's on the millionaire. But you know what he can do? He could be like Kobe's parents. I don't fuck with that nigga no more. Kobe's parents sued that nigga.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Shout out Giannis for keeping his composure though.
Fuck it, wild out, nigga. You got eliminated. Ain't nothing there.
Yeah. Let's talk about some New York shit though. Cash, what happened, man? Times Square, what happened? Who's out there tussling, man?
So
the worst card ever.
Turkalish Ali, or whatever the hell this nigga name is.
You did a good job.
He put on the Fatal Fury,
Some shit.
where he had 3 main event boxing matches on the same card. It started out with the FDNY versus the police department.
Who you thought was gonna win that fight before it started?
Oh, it was a black nigga versus a white nigga. So I thought the black nigga was gonna win, and they did win. The fire department beat the police department. That shit them niggas look crazy. I didn't watch the whole fight because I was at work, but I seen clips. Them niggas look crazy. But both of them are like the police nigga, he is like a boxing coach. Like he has his own gym and all that.
And he was the black person?
No, he's white.
Oh, so the white guy lost.
Yeah, the white guy lost.
So the FDNY was represented by a black man?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
They come a long way.
I think all they sports teams is just black people.
Well, you know. Shout out my man Godfrey.
Nice.
Then they had another fight. Then they had Tiafimo versus I don't know the other guy. Tiafimo won.
I didn't even know he fought that name.
Yeah, he was the first. He was the first of the main event.
He fought a tomato can.
Nah, it was a good fighter. Because Devin Haney actually said that fighter that he was fighting, it was like the most potential out of everybody on the card.
Oh, okay.
But he just lost.
Devin Haney. Shit don't mean nothing to me.
Why not? He only lost that fight.
The nigga that knocked him out got knocked out.
Nah, but that nigga was on drugs, man.
No. So the next fight was Devin Haney. He fought some other nigga.
Oh, Devin Haney fought?
Yeah.
Tomato can.
But that fight was like the worst fight of boxing. Like every time Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson fight, it's always like, this is the worst fight of boxing ever. No, this fight is the worst fight of boxing ever. No, this fight is the worst fight. Devin Haney landed 70 punches.
These niggas,
the entire fight.
They fight like if Floyd Mayweather couldn't box and he was just all defense. That's kind of how they fight. And their defense is obviously not as good as Floyd. So they're not. I don't know why they're superstars. Would you say they're superstars in this boxing?
Yeah, they're because there's not really that much big names in boxing.
And so why do you think they're superstars? Is it the antics?
Honestly, they don't really. Shakur Stevenson don't really have antics. Devin Haney, he really. I mean, I really don't know. It's just because they're undefeated. That's really what it is.
Yeah, boxing.
I thought shit like boxing was kind of like a pick and choose type of nigga. Like you could just
that's the thing that's the thing I like about UFC because the best niggas have to fight the best niggas. Boxing niggas just dance around in circles.
Yeah, forever.
So then the last fight was Ryan Garcia versus Rolando Romero, and he didn't get knocked out, but he got put on his ass in the second round. And he ended up losing to Rolly. But one thing I will say, because they all moved up, Ryan, Rolly, and Devin Haney all moved up from 140 to 146, which they fought at. And Rolly is going to be a problem. I'm not going to lie.
He looked jacked.
That nigga looked like a fucking bodybuilder. Like, that nigga's huge.
Shout out Big Bank.
What's that?
So there's a person in the car community that was his truck that the Spanish dude rode in. The intro big pickup truck, that's him.
Which Spanish dude? It was 5 of them.
A lot of Spanish niggas.
I think he was the one that fought. I think it's a Mexican dude that fought. What's this dude's name? Shit.
Yeah,
dude you just mentioned. I forgot.
Rolling?
No, I think it's
Ryan.
Him. Yeah, the dude that fought Ryan. I think it was him.
Okay.
Because I think it was.
He from New York?
Who?
Rolling?
No, he's not Mexican either.
So then, hold on. I'm gonna show you a picture.
you give me a man the worst promo ever right now. But the current state of boxing, obviously, Bud versus Saul.
Yeah, because Canelo fought the next day, and they said this was the worst weekend of boxing ever. Because
I've been hearing about
that's what I heard.
Canelo's fight was also like, I think they actually.
Jose Ramirez.
Who'd he fight?
I don't know. I think he made it for Devin Haney. I'm not sure. I think Barboza is the one that fought Tiafimo.
That's what he lost.
Yeah, he lost.
That's finished, dude. When it turns.
Nigga.
The fans can't see that. So, boxing right now, I mean, the idea that Turkalish Ali, that he had, like with them 3 fights, that had the most potential out of any boxing card of all time, probably. But it's just the way the cards fell, it was like, I don't think so. Doing it in Times Square, that was one risk because what Ryan Garcia said was he said this was one of the reasons why he didn't fight well was because it felt like a sparring match. And if you look at the actual setup of everything, that's how amateur fights are. Like it didn't like I was talking to my boy that plays like he's like one of the top college basketball players, and I was like, it's like when you go play in like one of these leagues we playing in on the weekends, like it's like 10 niggas in the crowd versus when you go play at like a big college stadium when it's like 10,000 or with 5,000 people in the crowd. Like it's two different feelings you get. Like it's easier to get up for like, yo, I got a big game today. I'm about to do versus I'm about to go play in front of my mom.
Yeah.
So I understand what he's saying, but at the end of the day, you're a professional and you gotta.
I didn't like that excuse. It felt like an excuse. I think Ryan gotta go fight one of the Paul brothers. I think that's it. I think boxing, like I never thought he was a great boxer to begin with. I just think boxing is in a weird space right now. Even the sand money, the oil money, that's not saving boxing. I don't know what. You think letting Dana White take over boxing will help it?
Well, Dana White is going to make the best fighters fight the best fighters. So that's going to change. So the whole idea of boxing is that once you lose, you're done.
You're done.
So with that, Dana White is going to take a lot of niggas zeros away. But it's going to make the sport of boxing better. But there's going to be less stars. Like the star power of each person is going to go down a lot.
I dig that you say that because that's my problem with UFC is from the casual viewers thing. They don't have a lot of stars. Conor McGregor and John Jones, they're long in the tooth. Like who as the casual view? Like, do you guys know any UFC guys right now?
Daniel, was it Cormier?
Yeah,
that nigga don't fight no more. That nigga's a commentator.
Nah,
you see what I'm saying? Like, there's no stars.
But
I
so
was gonna say Silver, but I don't think he fighting.
That nigga hasn't fought in a decade.
Chuck Liddell.
2 decades.
So that's the thing, right?
Rampage.
I don't
3 decades, nigga.
I don't like that argument because boxing is a sport that has been at the pinnacle of sports for 100 years.
Yeah.
UFC is like 20 years old, maybe.
Yeah.
So they're on their way up, and their growth has been exponential compared to any sport in the United States.
Absolutely.
And they keep getting bigger brand deals. Like they just partnered with TNA or whatever, the WWE company.
Yeah.
So like they're just gonna get bigger and bigger. As far as
but that's like baseball versus basketball.
What's the CTE facts on UFC?
What's the what?
CTE facts on UFC. Like when them niggas get punched in the head, what the fuck happens to them after?
Nobody did.
Boxing is like the most dangerous sport out of any sport.
CTE and boxing is the worst. Because it's
compared to UFC?
Yeah, easy.
Yes.
Because UFC, when you get knocked out, the fight's over. Boxing, they let you get back up and get knocked out some more. That's the worst sport. And
nigga get their head busted open and everything.
And also in boxing, the only punches that people really throw is to the head. UFC, you get kicked in your leg and that fight be over.
See a nigga lose because this nigga popped his knee out.
That just happened yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that nigga's head is fine.
That nigga broke his own leg at one point. Silver. He kicked the nigga in the
How you keep talking about that?
Yeah, but so with UFC, it's also that the sport itself is harder to get into than boxing. Like boxing, you can just go to a boxing gym, any nigga, let's slap box. Niggas not let's slap MMA.
Can't.
Like, so the market for that, I think over time, they got to get more bright personalities. Like they do have like, Sean O'Malley, who was like a big star, but he lost, so that he kind of took a backseat. And also with UFC, you can't really fight. Like they don't really fight as much because it's so hard on the body. But I think as time goes on, it's never gonna pass boxing, but it could get to a point where like celebrities like Jake Paul talking about he's going to get into a UFC fight or MMA fight.
I don't think that would help the sport though. Honestly.
I think that it will bring more eyes to it because there's more young people, and then that's what you have to start from the ground up, where kids start getting into MMA at a young age.
They teach their kids and everything. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But the thing is with that, I think a lot of parents these days is not going to want their kid doing UFC. I don't think that'll be like a first. That like for you, would you want your son off rip to just jump into UFC?
Yeah, it's safer. I think grappling, jiu-jitsu is safer than boxing.
And that's real self-defense. Like just boxing is not really going to help you in in certain situations. Yeah, but for the most part,
UFC, grappling will help you in almost every situation. Boxing is like not all situations.
Which one of those make you bulletproof?
None of them.
But I really hate when niggas say that because like even when
why do you hate when niggas say that?
What the bulletproof shit?
Yeah,
because like like before, like say like during the pandemic when I was like super big on like training niggas and all this shit, and I was posting mad videos of people like, oh, but all the muscles not gonna do nothing. Like
niggas said that to you?
Niggas say shit like that, like, oh, I don't need to work out because what is I gonna do when a nigga shoot? Yeah, because nigga, first of all, have you ever touched a gun in your life? Do you think you have the power in your body to kill somebody? Like, what are you talking about? And plus, you have a gun, I'm standing in your face, and I knock you out. What the fuck is that gun?
Now I got the gun.
Like, that shit is some day room shit. You just make an excuse to be a weak nigga. Like, that's really what it is.
Nah, it's because like the niggas they look up to. I was hearing LL Cool J talk to somebody about that within the culture. You know, black and hip hop. Like the rappers ain't brolic no more. Them niggas don't go to the gym. Niggas you know built like you know Slim Jims and shit like that. So
yeah, well, them niggas taking steroids too, but.
Who?
Like 50 Cent.
Oh no, of course.
Yeah, like
actors too. Michael B. Jordan definitely take a steroid.
Yeah. Well, that's for a different reason though. It's because you have to bulk up for a role.
Yeah,
so that makes sense for them. But like, if I'm a rapper, I'm taking steroids.
Nah, it's a role too, nigga. I gotta be a sex symbol.
Do some push-ups, nigga.
Nah, come on now.
What that nigga said? You could do all them push-ups to pump up your chest. He said I got a some shotgun. Yeah, y'all niggas is not bulletproof.
You all right?
Did you miss the whole conversation we just had?
Yeah, you all right? Nigga?
You can keep saying that. I agree with Toon.
You want a gun? Well, again, if you have a gun,
Lakers in five.
if you got a gun and I disarm you, what happens now? You got another gun?
I get that, but he's saying that he telling these rappers to do push-ups. What this nigga said, you can do all them push-ups to pump up your chest. I got a shotgun, so what the fuck?
Yeah, but we rapping.
So what the fuck?
Like, I don't mean shit.
You think brolic niggas don't have guns?
I never said they don't.
So what the hell?
So now you out of shape. I'm in shape. I got a gun.
You brolic with a gun? You got more power, nigga.
You argue with yourself. You realize that, right?
Lakers in 5.
Yeah. You just want to go home, right?
Yeah, I got shit to do.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyways,
Oh, that's how it's doing. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I'm moving, nigga. Nah, we about to wrap. I wanna Toon, you wanna get to your topic or can we get to my topic?
We can get to yours.
You sure?
My topic. Well, what's the difference between your topic? Can it be dated?
No.
Yeah, let's do yours.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, so it's gonna be quick. And I'll start it. I wanna know what is your hottest take. It could be about anything. Mine is very simple. I think KFC is better than Popeyes. That is my take. I think KFC has more variety. I think KFC, the chicken actually tastes like actual chicken. Popeyes is 90% breading. When you get a bucket of chicken, first of all, Popeyes got buckets. What they buckets look like?
Yeah, they have buckets.
Now, what they look like?
Popeyes has buckets?
Nah, it's a box.
Yeah,
It's a big ass box.
You see what I'm saying?
You could get it. Well,
Fuck, I need a bucket.
They don't have the actual shape of a bucket.
Yeah, but the bucket is hard
got a
body.
bundle.
Like I want a bucket of chicken,
But my
nigga, not
thing
a
is-
box.
But like when I used to go to, if I go to, I haven't gone to KFC.
Yeah.
But if I go to Popeyes, nigga, I don't need a bucket of chicken.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
The
How you
fuck
feel
I
the
need
family?
that for?
How do you feel the family from with Popeyes?
A family box.
Yeah, box, right? Yeah, I want a bucket, nigga.
Fuck you
I
buying,
do that
you
shit.
shouldn't
I
be
do that
buying
shit for my
much
job.
chicken. You shouldn't be buying that much chicken.
What you talking about? I'm talking about a family. A family of 4.
Nah.
Bucket of chicken.
Nah, hell no.
Nah, yeah.
You don't need no bucket of chicken. How much chicken come in a bucket?
8 piece.
No. Nigga, the bucket I think is like
You're gonna tell
12 or 16
You're gonna
feet.
tell me
There's
You gotta-
different,
you don't eat
there's
it.
different
There's different
sizes.
sizes.
It's the same.
You
with
got
the
a
bucket
bucket
that
for
this
8
nigga wore.
piece?
The bucket that he wore to this
8
pop.
piece.
Get the fuck.
Yeah,
That was a small size bucket.
That already goes to show you that this shit.
That means you
company,
put 8 pieces only in that fucking bucket.
Yes.
that company ain't doing too good, man.
Yeah, nah, I ain't debating
That nigga-
they record sales,
that nigga is
nigga. I'm
wasting
trying to
time.
let you know that if you put Icken on Icken, I'm going KFC, nigga.
Nah, KFC is better because
Thank you.
Popeyes have a lot of bullshit. Like every time I
Mad
go to
bullshit.
Popeyes, like you the chicken tender, chicken tender got mad gristle on it.
Yeah,
and
this shit is
The fuck?
garbage,
The
bro.
chicken sandwich and shit fucking squirting out at
Yeah,
you.
shit
They get
garbage.
fucking
You want my
chicken.
hot take on that?
No. That's my hot.
Crown fried over both of them.
That's the hot take you're going with.
No, I'm saying to kind of you. Crown fried before
I
both.
could tell by the color of your eyes. You probably did a lot of research, but I ain't eating that pigeon shit. That's what crown fried is. You didn't see like there's a lot of pigeons missing in your hood.
Nah.
It's not as many
You ain't
pigeons.
see that dude that just got locked up for that shit?
How you keep
For
counting?
catching pigeons?
Nah, I didn't see that.
Oh,
The
no, I'm
halal
glad you
card?
said. No. I don't think it was a halal card.
That's a halal card.
I saw that. That's around y'all niggas' way.
No, nigga.
Yes, that is. That's right by the Sears,
I'm in
nigga.
Far Rock,
You know
nigga.
exactly.
Yeah, I know where that nigga's at.
All right, so you want my hot take?
Yeah, about anything.
Because I'm glad you mentioned pigeons. I think pigeons are fucking remote control spas.
Yeah, you heard that shit on TikTok.
Them niggas is sitting on them electrical
You don't believe
Yeah,
that.
that's not even like a hot take. You're supposed to come over to yourself.
Yeah, nigga, you seen that on TikTok, and you thought we was gonna. Oh yeah, Chubbz, they're so smart. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You didn't think about that. That's your hot take for real? I'll give you a mulligan, nigga. You want us to go around?
Yeah, go around.
Thank you. Yo, Toon, what's your hot take? It can be about anything.
I think my hot take would be, I think Trump gets a third term.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think Trump gets a third term.
What you gonna do?
Nigga, I'm American through and through. I really don't know what I'll do. I'll just fall with the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he said you gotta go die in Israel.
Oh, that I'm not doing. I'm not dying for this country. I ain't gonna lie. I made up my mind a long time ago about that shit. I'm not dying for this country.
I got a great hot take.
Oh no.
Great head is better than good pussy.
Ooh. I'm gonna disagree with that to the fucking bone.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
a good
definitely
one.
gonna disagree.
I'm gonna disagree.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing in the world better than good
Nah.
pussy. Besides new pussy.
Nah.
I gotta go. I'll be here all week. Down in this basement, I can't go back upstairs.
Great head, literally, like the motions you go through is better than
Emotion.
it's better than you having to sit there and put work in.
I
on good
probably
pussy.
take the worst pussy in the world over head. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. But that's
You
a
said
good
the
one.
worst pussy
I
over...
would take the worst pussy in the world over great head, personally.
Nah, I think it's crazy.
No, I'm not.
Nah, I hear you. I'm just really anti-head. It's not my bag.
Niggas an anti-head.
Yeah. Cash, what's yours, nigga?
I'm trying to think, so I feel like I said a lot of shit on here already.
Yeah, you be going crazy.
Like the one thing that I feel like I said already is that black women try to monopolize blackness against black men.
I never heard you say
You
that.
know what was
Yeah.
mad? I definitely heard him say it, but you know what was mad funny in my head? I'm like, I hope one of his hot takes ain't about black women. I swear that's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, this nigga says a lot of things, so I'm like, I hope it ain't black woman
Can you
shit.
break that down for me, though?
Like they get to decide and decide when and when not somebody is black when it benefits their
Oh, okay,
argument.
you've definitely
like,
said
that shit is mad whack. Like even with the J. Cole shit, right? And Drake, they both got white moms and Kendrick is fully black. So they're gonna like, why am I gonna take Kendrick's opinion about some shit, even though we could all have the same experience, just because their two parents decided to have sex and they made me. Just because I'm a light-skinned man doesn't make me less black. And they'll be like, oh, if you have a white mom, you're not black. So you're allowed to go fuck a white nigga and make a black kid, but I can't fuck a white woman and make a black kid. What the fuck are we talking about? They just want that so they can do whatever the fuck they want and not get penalized, and we have to go answer back to them because, oh, your mom is black. About maybe my mom is not black, so maybe I'm not black to you. But who gives a fuck what you think? Because I don't want to fuck you anyways. Not to say all black women, but a stupid bitch that think like that, you don't deserve a mouth. Honestly, you just deserve good pussy. You don't deserve good mouth. Good head.
I ain't gonna lie. I agree with Cash. I don't want to make it too long because we got to wrap soon. But I seen something because the Shannon Sharp shit with him and the young white girl. There was another girl that like posted her video and was like, black men, white women do fetishize black men, but black men actually be on it as well. And like the comments are like the black woman basically just like trying to like play with black men. I was just like, I don't fuck with that, because I just feel like even though I do be fucking with white women, I fuck with all women. It's just that like it's just that like it's just like
They got a fetish.
it's just like, what about the niggas that don't do it? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of niggas that go out their way and be like, yeah, nah, I'm not fucking with this bitch. One, I may not be attracted to her, and two, I only do want to give my time to black women.
You know,
I feel like they wrap us all into that shit.
Yeah.
That shit ain't cool.
You know what's crazy? In the black community is like the most like anti-interracial community. Like black men date black women the most.
Yeah.
And so why is it such a big problem?
I don't.
It's weird. But
Because all they know how to do is complain.
All right. What do you
who
do?
specifically?
Don't do that.
Nah, I would say black people in general. They just complain about a lot of shit. Because black community, we the only people that worry about gay people so much. Why we worry so much about if a nigga's gay or not?
That's not true.
Yes, it
In
is.
Saudi Arabia.
No. Okay, I'm talking about American culture.
Okay, cool.
Because every time something happens, it's like, oh, well, this nigga's gay. Oh, this nigga's DL. This makes him DL. Just like the conversation we having. Why? This is number one thing right here. Black bitches, whatever.
I gotta go.
Y'all say oh, this nigga fucking 100 girls. Oh, he gotta be DL. Oh, this nigga cursing women out. Oh, you arguing with a female. Oh, you gay. Blah 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 blah. But then your best friend is gay, and all your homeboys is gay.
Thing,
Then on top of that, I've never heard a gay nigga ever come out and say, "Yeah, man, I've been gay my whole life, but." You know, I was just fucking all these bitches because I was trying to hide my gayness. I never in my life heard a gay nigga say no shit like that ever in my life. I never heard a gay nigga say, yeah, I used to argue with women growing up when I was in high school and college because I was gay and I didn't want niggas to find out. What the fuck are you talking about? Ain't no gay nigga say no shit like that. So how the fuck you gonna put that on me because I want to fuck a lot of bitches that I'm gay? That don't make no sense.
Yeah, I don't get that shit either.
Somebody hit this nigga hard years ago.
A wise
nigga, I said a lot of different shit. So what the hell, niggas, you the only nigga here that did some gay shit. So what are we talking about right now?
I think this is the part of the pod.
This nigga.
Yeah, what'd he do?
The nigga made an OnlyFans pretend to be a girl so niggas can see him watch his dick.
You definitely did say you used to.
Yeah, why'd you
money?
That's a hot take.
Money.
Also, money over morals.
Yeah,
I feel you, gang. I don't agree, and that's
what difference does that make?
That's why when the race war start, I gotta take this nigga out back like old Yeller, put him down. I keep trying to tell y'all, but. This is a great episode, guys. Let's wrap. Cash, take us out, bro.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in once again to another episode of the Gas Money Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. What was your take on, or what's your hot take? Or how did you feel about the Sinners movie? Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss another upload. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the gas.money.podcast. Appreciate you guys tuning in once again. AG.
Can I get a perfect?
Perfect.